Audio podcast. Zero sugar, 0 calories, same great Pepsi taste. Available now at Harvey's.
Go get you some.
Not a sponsored ad. Any motherfucking way. I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, this is the 4G Audio Podcast, episode 271.
Let's go.
And cat's out the motherfucking bag, as you guys can see.
I'm here.
He back, baby.
I'm here.
So,
I missed you, motherfuckers.
yeah, sit.
Yeah, it's good to have you back in the fucking host
Yeah,
chair.
feels
Definitely,
good,
yeah.
man. Feels
So
good.
how this was supposed to go was Raz was still going to be here, and Bisho was going to be in the guest seat on the couch.
Over
This
there.
empty chair over here.
Yeah. But Raz is a little under the weather, so perfect. Well, sorry, I just mean
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I
just
chose-
mean- yeah, I was gonna say, just mean when
Yeah.
Bisho, when we heard that, Bisho was like, hey, I can sit in the fucking
Yeah.
thing, So just like old times, man.
Just like old times. Yeah, I was even thinking it was like, oh yeah, it'll be all right. And then I was like, wait, I'll be in that chair though. Focus will be on me this time. It'll be a little different.
Yeah.
But no, here we are, man.
Shit. So yeah, it's been like fucking 5 long months, I think. Something like
At
that.
this
Crazy
point,
how
no,
fast
yeah.
that went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has been, and you're right, man. For one, yeah, it's gone fast. For two, I always find that, those first 6 months up to June, when I was younger, I never realized that June was halfway through the year because it would go
Yeah.
so fast,
Even in my mind, whenever I picture the year, like always, like since I was young, the way I picture the year, June is like a third of the year.
Yeah, right.
Like it's like all the other months are stretched out in
Yeah,
my mind
yeah,
or something.
for sure.
Like,
But no, it's halfway, and yeah, man, it's been 5 months, and
yeah, man.
yeah, it's
Shit.
crazy. Time does fly.
What'd you do with all your spare time? 'Cause you
Well-
weren't working either throughout the winter, and then not doing the show and stuff.
I was working like a little bit,
Oh, okay, yeah.
doing like roofing, I guess, towards the end anyways. But yeah, no, I really leaned into the role of being a dad, a present dad, and I love it, man. I'm grateful for the life I have, and I felt like I owed it to my family to just be there on the regular, without a question, and yeah, it's been great.
Good though, man.
Yeah, it's been great. I guess it's more of like the private side of my life or whatever, but yeah, my kids love me being around every Friday now, and the whole family does. We make Fridays like a special thing, and yeah, it's been great. It's been good for the whole family, and even for me, like I guess I miss the hell out of coming here and talking with you guys and guests, but a bit of a break helped me too. Being on the road, chasing that pavement every Friday kind of got tiring after a bit, and a break helped. It kind of got my mind back centered and focused and all
Need
of that.
sometimes.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
So actually, one of my questions was if I was gonna say if not being at the show and stuff put you in a different headspace. So I guess that kind of answers that. But is there like something like that you noticed, like maybe something you learned in that time, or like something that you noticed was just like something you noticed that was different, or like
Well, I knew I had a lot of things to work on myself, and I did a lot of and with just like my close family, and I definitely realized that I was almost like a people pleaser, and I was like kind of putting my own priorities out of the way,
yeah.
focused on this, and not even just that, but just what's the right word to say? Damn, I'm kind of losing it, but yeah, just kind of that, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I kind of found my old interests, kind of, and not having to focus on this. I kind of got in touch with like myself again, and all of that I noticed. And maybe just more honesty with myself, I guess. I started acting on a lot of things that I said I would do,
Yeah.
you know, in the wintertime, like working out and reading for one. I ended up doing Pilates every day.
What?
About an hour of Pilates every morning. I
Where'd
started
you learn
doing.
that?
That shit'll get you ripped.
My wife started doing it, and then I was just started with like she got me these like back rollers.
Oh yeah.
So I'd do that, and then I'd sit there, and I would just put on this music, and I'd sit there and just think and breathe, right? And then she was doing that, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll incorporate the working out as well,
Yeah.
right? And then it really worked for me. I'm like, I feel great after it, right?
Pontius Pilates.
Yeah.
It's the guy-
Pilates.
it's the guy from Bible.
So it's all through like Apple on the iPad through Apple Workout or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you find like the one instructor you like. Shout out to Daryl. And yeah,
It's
man.
Durrell.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into that. I started to read a little more. I just kind of slowed down my life a little bit in the simplest terms, you know, really slowed down and reflected. And, I stopped drinking for a little while, and I didn't stop smoking. I cut back, but, whatever. And, yeah, man, I felt like it helped a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I felt like I really got to take control of myself again in a way and kind of touch on aspects of my life that I felt like were kind of not being touched on that should be, you know, like personal aspects. And I made some ground in some places and other places not.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's life, you know. Can't control everything.
Yeah, facts. It's a constant struggle.
Yeah, for
True.
sure. So, I had a lot of
Yin and yang.
yeah, I had a lot of like personal issues going on and certain relationships that I really wanted to touch on, and some I have and others I have not. So it is what it is.
Such is life, I guess. It comes back to that whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I saw, I've been seeing a lot of the reels coming from the podcast and stuff, and
Yo, actually, my neighbor, I saw her the other day. She drove by and was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Yeah, we were talking for a bit. And then she was like, "Hey," she's like, "by the way," she's like, "I saw your podcast." And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah?
"Oh, cool, yeah." She's like, "No, like," she's like, "It's weird. It just like came up on like TikTok or Instagram or something."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then she's like, "But like, because I wasn't getting it." She's like, "No, like, but I don't like follow it or anything. It just came up." I was
Right.
like, "Oh, cool." And she's like, "It's weird. Like, now I'm seeing it, but like, you think because like we live near each other, like, you might see it, like, whatever."
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, one thing is we're posting more content, but the other thing is I was like, that is weird, but I'm like, it's cool. It is someone's like, hey, I saw your shit. You know, like, I recognize you from the internet.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Like, or I recognize that guy on the internet from my neighborhood."
Yeah, and there you go. That's just a sign of
It working,
that it's
like,
working,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
traction's
yeah.
working. And I feel like that might be part of the algorithm too, right? Like I don't know how, but
Are you friends with this person like on social media at all? Like connected in any way?
Snapchat.
Okay.
yeah,
Because
okay.
like sometimes like whatever feed, like if you're interacting with a lot of stuff and like that person, I guess you'd have to be like interacting with that person a lot.
No,
too.
well,
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
does that. It'll say your friend is like
this thing,
page.
right? Yeah, so
yeah,
it'll show you those things even if you're like
yeah.
you're not specifically.
Because they're
looking
trying
for
to
it.
get you to go for it.
Yeah.
The more money for fucking whoever's
Those
putting-
advertisers,
Yeah,
man.
exactly, right.
Yeah. More the merrier.
Yeah,
as the kids
Marketing
are
makes the world go round.
that's it. But yeah, man. I did want to shout out Raz though. I do have to say, man, Raz was on not too long before I think the last episode I was on, and I really enjoyed his story. Really enjoyed kind of just learning about Raz as a person, and I feel like he is a good fit to come in here and chop it up with. So shout out to Raz.
Fucking right.
Kind of wish you were here tonight, but it is what it is. I hope you get feeling better. And yeah, man, he's a real one to get in here for sure.
Yeah.
So
Well, two things is one is on the note of him not being here. I even thought it'd be kind of better having him here because it's like he has a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he might have like a different, maybe different questions or different
right.
curiosities about like whatever. But yeah, no, he's been doing good, and yeah, definitely though. Even too like before he was on the show, he was like, or not before he was on the show, before he came like as a host. Just I think it was right after his first appearance. He like was saying a bunch of shit like, oh yeah, like he had a bunch of suggestions, and he was very like supportive, and like like basically like I see it and I want to like help you get it there,
Right,
so I'm
right.
like, okay, like this guy like supports so much, like sit down and talk to him, like cool guy, whatever. So I'm like, we'll see how it goes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's going good. Well, yeah. So you've been watching a little bit, or you see like little bits?
I've been seeing the reels, and
yeah,
I saw a little bits here and there, and yeah, man. I found the reels were good. There was at one point I was like, oh my god, I can't open my feed without seeing some reels, and I was like, good for them. Because it's definitely reels are the way to go. Yeah. Oh yeah, those are the glasses, eh? Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure. The short, those short clips directing people to the main thing, the YouTube page or whatever. That's the key for sure. It's just about how catchy, I guess, can you make those reels, because it's pretty oversaturated. I guess.
The title of like, especially on YouTube, like specifically that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Like YouTube Shorts, like the title of whatever short you're putting on, like makes a huge difference.
Right.
On, I guess, whether or not it gets picked up by the algorithm.
Yeah.
I found that like for me, if I post something as like a question. Yeah. Because I do like the gaming thing with Shannon, right? Yeah. So like, if I find like there's a clip of us playing a game and we're struggling through it, and I think I posted the same clip a couple times, because the first time I posted it didn't get anything, but I'm like, this is a good clip, like it should get views, right? And then I changed it to like, why is this part so hard, or like, why are we struggling so hard with this thing, right? And like question mark, and for whatever reason, like I found that got it more attention.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because I don't know.
I also find too that like different apps want different things.
Yeah.
So, like I don't know specifically about the like caption or whatever, but I assume so as well. But like I can't remember if it's TikTok or Instagram, but like I think it's TikTok. They want you to like talk to the camera, and like so you're like the content that does better, someone that's actually on camera and talking to the camera, and then like cut it up a whole bunch. So like could be the like same clip, it's just like fucking skips or like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And like so they all have different ways to like do it, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, when you're making a reel on Instagram, it should be like this way. Like I think Instagram, they want you to do the things where it's like it shows the video but you just like talk over it, or something like that, or like either way I forget, but like it was actually Bully. He did a bunch of like looking at all this stuff and he was explaining it to me. I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like I figured just like here's a video for all of them, like, here you go. But it's finicky, I guess. So I imagine the captions would be the same. Maybe it's like find out which one works for what. But I wonder if the question works more because like they stick around.
People, exactly. Right? Like it's like I want to know what, like why, like I don't know. They want to answer the question.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I found that it's just like, I guess for me, whenever I was doing it at first, I was like too little about it. So whatever was happening on the screen, like I would be like, that's what the title would be. I can't think of anything very specific to like let you know, but like, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to be more creative with how you hook people with the title. Yeah, and it was like posing a question or like making it seem like
also might get more comments that way too, where it's like you're asking a question, so then they're like invited to put their opinion.
Right. Yeah, it kind of sparks that debate or to share your opinion. It's like almost like a bait, it's like trying to catch people.
Rage bait.
Reel them in, yeah.
Oh shit! I saw this. I'm sorry, but I saw this video and it was like this lady filming her autistic kid, and like, so she goes in the room and she's like, "Hey, like, yeah, so what are you doing?" And he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Are you hungry?" He's like, "Are you hungry?" She's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what do you want?" And he's like nodding his head, and he's just like, "What do you want?" And he's like, so he's just like repeating what she's saying and nodding his head.
Yeah.
And like whatever, and it just goes on and on and on and on, and he's just repeating, and like she's like, "Hey, we'll come to the kitchen." And he's like, "Come to the kitchen," and like it just goes on and on, and then at the end, she's like, "Hey, just tell me, like, what do you want?" And he's just like, "Meat,"
Yeah.
and that's the end of the video. So I'm like, comments. I broke my leg going to the comments, running to the comments. So I go to the comments, and there's some guy goes, 10 out of 10 rage bait
Yeah,
or something like
yeah,
that.
right.
Like.
For some reason it works, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
It was
Definitely
like real
does.
life rage bait. It's like the kid was like rage baiting his mom.
Right.
But you can't help it. I'm sorry. That's why I was sorry. I was like, oh man, I can't.
Yeah.
It's just the way it was. They give it to me. That's the other thing too, is see stuff on my algorithm, whatever, and people like, I look in the comments because I'm like, man, why does this video exist? Like, what the hell? And then I look in the comments and people are like, I built this algorithm brick by brick, or like
Yeah.
whatever, and it's just like, or it's like mythic fucking real pull and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and like, because some of the stuff I see, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why am I seeing this? Like,
For sure, man.
there's a lot of autism in there for sure. Yeah, you should see the music I get. Like, I actually took a video one day because I was like scrolling, and it was like back to back, like 6 or 7 videos. Like, there might have been one that was like not in the like 6 or 7 like videos, or in between one of them, but it was all like artists that were just making music at home and like making videos and posting and whatever. Like, cool, good for them, but like definitely like autistic
Yeah.
and like super weird. And like there's a few of them now I keep seeing, but and like Bully's like, one day he's like listening, I'm like watching this video because I'm looking at the comments, so I was playing the video over and over.
Right.
He's like, man, he's like, it's showing you that shit because you're fucking watching it over and over. I'm like, I'm not watching it, I'm reading the comments, and he's like, but it's playing over and over. It's like your algorithm's like, he likes this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly,
show
yeah.
him more. Like,
It's funny,
That's
man,
it,
because
man.
like I guess I feel like it's the same. Like my wife is getting on it. She wasn't really like into watching, memes or reels or anything, but then now she even knows. She's like, look at the comments or whatever on the one. And I'm like, yo, you're
going to the
watching too much
comments is-
shit
yeah,
now.
going to
Like,
the
now
comments
you
is,
know
like,
it's
the first thing to
yeah,
do.
exactly. It's not even the video.
It's like, I want to know if everybody else
Yeah,
agrees with
yeah.
like my opinion on this thing.
Yeah.
Man, you know where we're at. So the thing is I realized even like, and I've just noticed in the last like couple days that I'm doing it, because like if you send me a video and then I'm scrolling through after I watch that video, at the bottom it'll be like, send to Jonesy or like send to Bisha or whatever,
Right.
because that person sent it to me or whatever, right? And like, so I'll realize that like I just spent 20 minutes scrolling and looking at comments and shit, and then I'll see like somebody's fucking name there or whatever, and I'm like, someone sent me something, I watched it and
Right.
just kept scrolling.
Yeah.
And the worst is someone will send me like 4 things, and I'll be like, okay, I watched the first one and just scroll for 20
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah.
and then go, oh man, I still have to go look at those other 3 things.
Yeah,
Like,
for
oh
sure.
my god, man.
Like, what fucking hole was I in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are messages on that sent reel. Yeah,
Man,
for
where
sure.
I get stuck nowadays too is Snapchat. I don't even really use it. Like, I never really did.
Yeah.
But it's just like all of a sudden, because it's your phone number too, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden, like, people were like, I fucking got it, and people were like adding me. I already had it. It's just I never used it.
Right.
So once I like downloaded it and started using it, people like added me and stuff. So I'm like, cool. And now that's how I contact some people, right?
Yeah.
But I'll go on there and like, if you watch stories, the same as anything, you're watching stories or something, and then like in between are like ads and stuff,
Yeah.
right? But then like there's a page where like you can watch videos, and like some of them will just be, it's not even an ad, it's just like just a series of like, those videos you see on YouTube where it'd be like Karens or something, right? And it's just like a bunch of Karens, and then it's
Right.
like fucking this person gets arrested, or like, just like whatever.
Yeah.
But you sit there and it's just a bunch of those videos, and it's just like you keep watching it. It's hard. I guess it's hard to explain, but it's. I guess it's just a series of videos. But I'll sit there and I'm like, oh my god, I have to know what happens, and you can't like you can skip ahead, but then if there's a commercial or whatever, you have to watch that,
Right,
and
yeah,
then like skip ahead. So,
right,
but if you swipe, it'll go to the next video. When the commercial comes on, you swipe, goes to the next video.
right,
So you can go, but if you leave, you don't know what happens in that video.
right.
So you're like,
yeah,
oh, I gotta
yeah.
wait and watch this Tim Hortons ad, and then you're like, okay, yeah, all right.
Let's see.
Oh, they
yeah.
arrested them, or like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah, whatever.
right.
It's like, oh my god, I get stuck in there. I go, wait a second, like, what
Can't
am I
believe I
doing?
did
Like,
that.
it's like I'm in like
yeah.
another world, man.
Yeah,
and you get
for
like sucked
sure.
in.
For sure.
They got us, man.
So
We're all addicted to it.
there's a thing, and I'm sure maybe you guys know. I typed in something and I forget what it was, but it came up like something about like Elon Musk theory or something like that.
Yeah.
And like basically that like coming to a point where he thinks that, and this is so a far off topic, I think, but just in the idea of like simulation.
Oh, bro, I'd
right,
probably
right.
get.
And so I guess he says like basically it's coming to a point where like we could possibly create like simulations or whatever, but like the point is that like his theory is based on that. If we can make them, then that basically says like that this very well
Is
could
this-
possibly
It could
Yeah.
be.
a
That's what I was saying. So
simulation.
I'm pretty
We-
sure I brought this up at work the other day.
Yeah,
when
we,
I
Yeah.
was
we would never know. Yeah, we were.
Right,
Yeah,
so,
Oh,
like-
because someone talked about the simulation theory, and I was like, "Well, what is it?" And I'm like, "I know like the idea of like this could be a simulation, but I'm like, what exactly? Like, how is it?"
So we just
worded?
don't know that this is
And
base reality, right? So like we could be in some kind of
Yeah, I like believe
simulated
it, man.
reality that. So like if you look at AI generated videos right now, like there's ones going around the internet where it's like people, they're like it'll be like girls chatting to each other like, oh, can you believe that these guys think they're like we were created by prompts? right?
Right.
And then it'll go to a classroom and it'll be like pointing to things. It's like, no, we are not created from prompts. But it looks like a really shot video. Like it looks 100% real.
Right.
Like blows me away. Like
But
like
it's
I'm sure there's
AI.
quirks about it that you can tell that it's AI. But it's very, very, very close to someone acting out a real scene
Right.
with a camera, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very, very difficult to differentiate whether or not it's a real
So, yeah.
thing
Yeah, yeah.
or if
I
it's
saw a video
right?
today where it was like talking about these like realism videos created from AI in all like different aspects. There's like a political one, there's like a sport one, and it was like showing how real they looked, but it was just like stating how that they were
I can
all
see if I can
AI
find one.
generated.
I
or
keep
whatever.
seeing these wild AI videos where it'd be like, it's like someone holding a dog,
Yeah.
and then it'll like turn around and like look at the front of the dog, and it's like, it looks like if a human turned into a dog. Like, It's
Right.
got like human teeth and stuff.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
whatever.
right. It's almost
But
like
then all
a
of a sudden it'll
fucking
just like rip apart and like turn into something else. But
Right.
it's like so fucking real.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, it's like
I saw
so
one. So
fucking
there's
real.
this,
I keep seeing them. I was sending them to my brother a whole bunch because I was like, if I'm seeing them, he's seeing them.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But it's wild shit, man. But it's so real. It's like not like where it's like they got fucking 8 fingers or like they got 3 arms or
Right.
like whatever, you know, like some of those videos or they're skateboarding and it's like not working right. It's like real as fuck. What do you
Like a
mean?
poker around. Oh, those scissors would be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, fuck. And speaking on all of that.
sorry, I'm gonna pull this over here.
Like, really? We came from prompts? Wake up, man.
I don't need some prompt god whispering in my ear to tell a story. I write what I want. I have free will, remember that?
What if your favorite AI character broke the fourth wall and told you to your face, I am not a prompt? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prompt Theory, a mind-melting existential short film made using Google's VO3 by
What is
filmmaker
prompt?
and science communicator Hashem El Gaili. Well, let's break it down. Using VO3, Google's latest
Anyways, yeah,
So what, we're just prompts?
we could be.
Yeah,
prompt theory?
right.
Yeah, literally, we could
Holy
be
shit.
fucking just generated by some.
That's like that is it Fall Guy
Yeah,
or something? Or no.
with
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a
Where he like works at the bank
that's
in the
Ryan.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Ryan Gosling, one or the
Yeah.
other, one of the
One of them.
Ryans there. Yeah, I seen that one though. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, imagine.
No,
But
for real. Like,
I think more like the Batman theory than anything.
What's that one?
Yeah,
Where
what's-
Remind me.
like you like we're so
Oh, like-
I'm just a consciousness somewhere, and I've just like created this whole thing. So like I made up everything. Like I made up how microphones
it's
work.
like a
I made up
kind of like
you
a
guys.
dream
Like
world.
you guys don't actually exist, but I made you guys up.
Right.
Like yeah, this character introduced, you know, like whatever, right? And he's this way, and like this person's this way, you know. And
Right.
it's like wood, like yeah, like trees and like wood. Like I like made all this stuff up in my head, and like, but I'm just a consciousness somewhere. But then like everyone else has a consciousness, I imagine.
Yeah.
But like you wouldn't because
But
I
you-
made you
so,
up.
but that's the thing,
But
though, you
someone
don't
else's
know. I think that's
consciousness
the
has
basis of
made
it, though,
another
right?
idea up, right?
Right.
And like maybe aliens are like our consciousness is like colliding, like the different
Right.
universes or whatever,
Yeah.
or different dimensions. So like when we see aliens, it's like it's because I've created humans, and I'm like, what the fuck is that, right?
Right.
But maybe I made those up too, just fucking scare, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just
yeah.
picture like you're in a coma, like,
Yeah.
because I honestly like yeah, like I don't know. I think really weird, man. Like even whenever I was young, like driving to the city, like not me driving, like just as a kid,
Yeah.
the
Right.
back seat, fall asleep, and then wake up and you're just like, boom, we're in the city. I would think like, what if like we crashed and died, and like
This is
I'm
just
like,
like
it just like repeats, like or it's not even repeating. It's just like starting off where we left off,
right.
and it's just like, boom, you don't know that
I
happened.
just like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
here
jumped
now,
over to a new
and then
reality.
it's like now it's better or worse based on like what you did like before that.
Right.
But I
right.
also watched the show The Odyssey. So the kid
Okay.
like falls out of his treehouse.
No
and-
fucking
and he
way.
hits
And
his
he's in a
head, and
coma.
yeah.
Man, I thought this show was fake.
Man, it's so real.
Yo, I
yeah.
saw this show.
You can
I
watch
used
it
to
on
always
YouTube,
think
bro.
this show was fake.
Not a paid ad.
Yeah, nice.
But
man, yeah, I remember this show, 100%.
Yeah, man. So yeah, he's in a fucking coma, and he's like, so he actually, you know what, Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds is in that show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, man.
It's a Canadian show.
Yeah, it's a
This
Canadian
is
show.
probably Ryan Reynolds then, because he
Okay.
was from Ottawa.
But they're both Canadian too.
Oh well,
Yeah,
fuck, I don't
yeah,
know then.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's
I just
called?
knew the
I
one for
believe.
sure. So
It's called The Odyssey.
yeah,
But the thing is, I think of that sometimes. Like I think that like, what if whenever I fell in Cuba, I hit my
Yeah.
head and I went into a coma.
yeah.
And everything after that, I just like have made up.
Pictured,
But I don't remember.
and you're laying in
like,
that bed,
Yeah,
and everyone's
yeah.
like there watching
Yeah,
you.
but
yeah.
I'm like, but I
I've thought
have
of the
lived,
same
like, 2
thing,
months
dude,
after,
yeah.
you know.
Man, I used to think
And
that
I was like,
was a
that's why the
show that.
vacation was so awesome because it was
Right.
like I hit my head. And it was just like you're making this up, from
Right,
here
yeah,
on
yeah.
out. Like,
Shit. Yeah, I used to like. I remember like I had like an operation when I was younger, so I remember being in the hospital, and I'm a vivid dreamer, and
Yeah.
I just remember some things from then, and I used to always think that like I used to just dream that show or something.
oh yeah,
I legit did. I would bring it up to people. I remember the show where this kid was like in a coma, but he was like living a life though, or like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, man.
See, there was actually like the same. Like there was only like I didn't really know anyone who knew it. Like, and I would talk about it. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
right.
Man, it was on like late at night. I think sometimes or
Right.
mostly. But me and my little brother always watched it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, man, that's wild for sure. I remember that show. And definitely had the same thoughts. And even the Truman Show. You guys ever see the Truman Show?
Yeah, Truman Show that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the other one you guys are talking about, but
Yeah, I can
honestly, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like
Those,
it's like it is a kid's show, and he's like just a little kid.
yeah.
But like, and then like it shows like in real life, like people coming to visit him, and they're like moving his arms and legs and shit because they have to like exercise him, sort of whatever.
Right, yeah.
And then like sometimes whenever they're talking about stuff, then like it'll go into like his dream world.
Yeah, right.
But it's like it's almost like he's in this like there's like no adults in this world, and it's like
Yeah.
almost kind of like
Neverland in a
post-apocalyptic
way,
kinda thing,
yeah.
where it's like there's like fucking pirates sort of, you know, and
Right.
then there's like the one like leader kid and stuff, and like I think like the one I'm not sure, but I think the riot in question was like a leader of some sort.
Right.
I think it's Ryan Gosling.
I don't know, man.
Trying to picture him, yeah. Was he Ken?
I can't remember.
Ryan
name.
Gosling was Ken.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Oh, in
That's
the
who it is
Barbie
then.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
that's who he was,
That's Ryan
So
Gosling.
he's in
played Ken.
that show. But no, it was a cool show. And then even too lately, like, well, in the last couple of years, my brother's like watching fucking The Odyssey on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I remember like way back, we were like reading this book in like grade 4 or something, and we would watch the show or movie to go with it. It was called The Voyage of the Mimi. Later on, to learn that the little boy in it was Ben Affleck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were like it was just one of those projects that is like, you know, chapter book. You have to do fucking questions
Yeah,
every
yeah.
chapter. And then our teacher was like showing us the show or whatever, right? And yeah, it was fucking like a kid Ben
What's
Affleck.
it called again?
Voyage of the Mimi.
Voyage of the Meme.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like he was like on a ship or something, and maybe something to do with
How
whales.
was
Or...
it spelled? Maybe it was meme.
No, it wasn't M-E. Yeah, it was like M-I-M.
Was it the name of the boat or what?
I think so, yeah. That's the name of the boat, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly.
Big old bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, man, fuck. That's funny. The Odyssey and Voyage of the Mimi.
Yeah, the Odyssey. Yeah, man, fucking Ryan Gosling. But the thing is the reason why I know that is, well, obviously my brother watched it recently, but also Ryan Gosling was in a show called Breaker High as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Wait. No, it was Ryan Gosling. Yeah, it was one of them, man. But
Yeah,
I think it was yeah. He was it was the Breaker High. They went to school on a ship.
Oh,
so, like,
fuck.
You know how like cruises, they go to different countries and shit, and
Right.
like, dock or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're going to school on this ship. It's basically like a cruise, but they're going to school. So they're
Right.
like, I'm not sure if it was high school or college. I think it was fucking high school. I'm not sure, but they would fucking cruise around and they go to these different countries. Like, we're
Right.
now in fucking Italy or like.
Holy
whatever.
wow. Could you
And they'd,
imagine?
like get off the boat and go do shit, and then
Yeah.
like, come back. Like yeah. It was like Saved by the Bell on a cruise, basically. Like
Wild,
It was
yeah.
pretty cool, but yeah, he was in it.
That's pretty cool. That's almost like how it should be, you know? Do all that and then then go to work, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Then you know where to go.
and you know who you are, right? Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like the way society is like when you're in elementary school, oh, I guess it depends on your parents, right? But a lot of kids feel like they need to be something rather than themselves. And yeah. I feel like traveling and shit, you know, I kind of wish I would have done that instead of just like going into school.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
if I
after
would,
high school or like before college?
yeah,
you
like
mean,
right
or-
after high school. Like I was one of those kids where I was like, I need to figure out what I want to do in college and I have to go. And I was like pressured into it, right? And yeah, it's all paid off now, but like
Yeah.
I could have not had to pay all that off and got all that experience, right? Or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Like,
Because it's
everyone
never too
lives their
late.
life.
Like you could be like fucking 35 and be like, "Sweet, I'm gonna go do this college course." Right?
Oh,
It's not like you need to do it right out of
Yeah.
fucking high
Yeah,
school.
I even
Right?
remember.
And they make you think it's like, oh, you gotta have the rest of your life
Well, that
figured out.
was
And I'm
it,
only 19
yeah.
years old. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta know what you want to do.
no one
Take a
else
fucking
is
college
staying
course,
around here.
Go get in a bunch of debt, right?
My
Like
grandma
it is pretty.
graduated university and like she like went to the ceremony and got the fucking thing and like had the whole
Gown
outfit and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she was in her 70s.
That's
And like, but it was
wild,
like
yeah.
she was like I think adding on to her stuff.
Right,
But like
yeah.
the thing is, she wasn't even working, so it wasn't even like she needed. She went to fuck. I don't
Did
think
it.
she was working anyways.
'Cause you can never not stop learning in your lifetime,
Yeah.
right? Because even
Very
the
smart lady,
same
man.
thing, you know, fucking if you were to not learn anything new in that field for 10 years,
Right, shit
bet your
updates, right?
ass
Yeah, like
you could learn some new things.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna not agree with a lot of those things, but that
I was talking. I made an example how like the world's getting soft and stuff. Like I was gonna yell something at Andrew, and I was like, if I yelled, everyone's gonna be upset, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's like in 25 years or so, or like 24 years. That much has changed or whatever, right?
Right.
But like, now imagine like.
It's probably not
say-
even that.
Say you're like 20 years old. It's like the 60s.
Yeah.
You fall asleep, and then you just like wake up now,
Oh yeah, right.
and you're like, already have like this, this much, or like have this from like this time.
Right.
Then you wake up now and you're like, wait, like smoking's not good for you. And
Yeah,
you're like, wait,
right.
like you're like, there's, like this
I
and
have
that.
to watch
and,
what I
like,
say to
like,
people
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
There's all these other things that happen and like exist and like that weren't around before, or like,
Yeah, yeah.
just like how much different it would be to be like, so like I only say that because like, say like in my grandma's instance, like she was awake and alive the whole time, so like she may have slowly picked up these things on the way, so a little bit easier to like ease into it. But
Right.
imagine just like boom, 60s to like 2020,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like, what in
This
the
is what the world is. Yeah.
fuck? Like, yeah,
I guess some people in jail who get out probably experience that,
yeah. But the thing about that though too is that you're at least like still probably
aware of,
talk to
like,
people, like
right.
yeah,
right,
maybe
so
see the
it's
TV
not like
here
a
and there, so you're
complete like
know a
yeah
little
shock, right?
bit, but yeah,
No, you're right, for sure. But I don't know where you're going before that, but yeah, man, I don't know.
it's rock fucking solid.
Yeah, fucking earn your keep, man. Like fucking a little bit of hard work ain't gonna kill you or something. I don't know, like fucking, like
That's
fuck.
a good point too.
Yeah. I just find a lot of people today are looking for the easy route, and it's like the easy route will just make the times harder, and we'll have to learn eventually anyway. So if everyone did their part, or not, whatever. It's a tough thing to talk about. It's very loose.
Well,
Everyone did their part. I guess everyone's doing their best for the life that they're living. Everyone's living today for the first time. So who's to judge? Fucking anybody.
yeah.
But
But talking about the oh shit, what'd you say? You said something that made me think of this. Is my buddy was saying that he just said this earlier today. He's like, think about it, man. Like in like say like 30 years or so, there's not gonna be a whole lot of people in trades.
yeah,
There's not a lot of like younger
know,
people
man.
that are like fucking gung ho to do
it's
that.
you're right.
Like,
It's tough because like
I think you'd be surprised, man. Like, I think it's like culture could change pretty quickly, right? So like,
we're
when
gonna
there's-
find quick that we need these people,
right,
right?
exactly, right. So when there becomes like a high demand for those things, and it's a lucrative thing,
Yeah.
right? People will always be in those fields.
I had this
right?
kind of back and forth with this guy the other day on social media, and he was all like, "Oh, roofing is a dying industry or trade," and I was like, "Fuck, no, it's not. Like houses are built every day,
Right, yeah,
and
they're
roofs
always
need to
gonna
be roofed every day." And then he was all like, "Well, there's no money in new builds, and the new architectural shingles last 40 years." He's like, "So technically, if you install a house, you'll never touch that house again, or in your career, that house will never need to be done again, or whatever," right? I'm like,
that would make sense if they were all done at the same time.
if they were all done at the same time, but
house
there's
out there
fucking
that's
houses
fucking-
everywhere,
there's
right?
A house out
Yeah.
there that has 25-year shingles and it's
Yeah.
been 24 years.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? So,
So
this
it-
summer you're getting that job.
Yeah,
or,
and
like,
and it's like, I don't know, man. Like houses are still being built. Like there's obviously more monies in like rips and then redoing the roof, but like I don't know if you could find the new. It's all about finding the new builds, like subdivisions or whatever, and getting
Right.
like multiple.
Big
Anyways,
contracts.
I feel like people, yeah, like I feel like the trades are a dying industry, but faster than fucking it's dying, people are gonna realize that we need these people. You know
Well, it's
what I
like you
mean?
said, right? Like we're never gonna until we can have fully automated robots that can climb on roofs and install roofs for
well, they
us,
were
or
saying,
like 3D
but Buddy
printed
was saying
fucking.
the same thing. But he's like, man, he's like, there's no way you could fucking get AI or whatever the fuck to do some of those jobs. You know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
They
it
can
takes a guy
3D
to
print
be
a
the-
house these days in fucking like.
so,
a few
Yeah, I
well,
hours.
that's what fucking Trudeau was like. Trudeau was literally on that. He was saying that's what the solution to affordable housing was going to be, was 3D printed.
But how do you?
And if you guys ever saw the video of him talking about it, it was like him walking through the house, And then it was like in this big and then he came out the front door and he was in this big warehouse, right? And he was like, with this sort of technology, we can pump out all of these houses, right? It's like, but man, like those houses, we're talking about fucking Canada.
Right. We
Yeah.
have
Snow,
6
rain,
months of winter.
wind, all, you know, like you can't tell me a 3D printed house will fucking last.
And even the other day, someone was talking about it. I don't know if they were 3D printed or not, but they were talking about how like eventually, because some of these, you know how they have like modular homes, like they're made somewhere and then they
Yeah.
go and put them together.
Yeah.
So they were talking about how like apparently there's a company that does like a whole kitchen. Like here's your fucking kitchen. So whenever like you're buying the modular home, but whenever usually when they put it together, it's like here it's together. Now you like add all the other shit.
Right.
But like it comes with like here's this kitchen. So when it's like going down the street on the truck, there's like the kitchen all like finished and shit, whatever.
Right.
But they were saying that apparently there's this idea they're gonna do where it's like, or they're talking about doing it where it's like all these pieces fit together, and so like, say, either like something goes wrong and you need to fix it, or you are changing, like say your kitchen or like whatever. It's
Right.
like Lego all put together. Then they'll like take it all apart, pull that part out, put the new one in, and then put it all back together.
Right.
And like it would still be big like pieces, sections of the home or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
like
right.
not little things, but like now instead of going in and just got in your kitchen, they just go in
Just,
and
like,
pull that fucking piece
piece
out,
out,
and
easily
put the next piece
replaceable
in,
or
and I'm just
whatever.
like, man, I'm like that, but like I was
It's like legit Lego houses.
Yeah.
well, yeah, and then that's what they were saying too, and I was like, man, I'm like that would never work, whatever. They're like, no, but they're talking about it like next up, like this is what we're doing, you know,
Right.
like not like we have this theory, like the buddy was saying that this is because he does a lot of fucking building and shit,
Right.
and he's like, man, that's like what they're talking about. They're telling us like,
I think,
No, it's
man, the
gonna
way
be-
I think like we need to shift the way we do things. Like as far as that, like we need like dramatic shifts in like technologies that allow us to, you know, mass produce houses.
I don't think I agree.
In
I
a
don't
way
think
that's
3D
affordable.
printing's the way to do it.
I mean, it's like so. It just
It's
depends on the
hou-
material
houses
your
kit-
3D.
housing kit, you know.
Right,
like-
but it so you like I guess 3D printing is an option, but you're right. It's I guess does it make it more expensive or
I'm
is
just
it cheaper?
I'm just
like
curious, like
Yeah.
how is it made? What's insulating it?
I was
What's
thinking insulation was my first
Yeah,
thought.
like
so you
what-
can insulate
and
it
then how do
afterwards,
you
right?
get-
So I think from the 3D printers that I've seen, they lay like a strip of like concrete or like some sort of substance that like, and then it just goes around and like builds the
foundation
perimeter
and
and
the
like,
perimeter.
and then it just builds it up, right,
Right.
until it's finished house, and it I guess it's out of like a
It's just
concrete
crazy.
material.
So it's like, what
but
about?
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. In the winter, does that like suffer
Oh.
from like the thaw, freeze,
wonder
or
Yeah,
like
it's,
and what
um,
about winds and like what about like the trusses?
it's
Can you
concrete. I'm
hang
thinking it's, like,
anything on your
plastic.
walls? Yeah.
But if it's concrete, it might be like you know, like ICF homes.
Yeah,
So
totally.
it might be like that, where like so it's putting the concrete out,
Yeah.
and then maybe they just put foam or like I don't know, whatever, or it's just a concrete fucking
It's
home.
totally the new
I
way.
mean, you
to
could
as soon
do
as I
frame it on
hear-
the inside too with wood, and then put drywall and insulate
Yeah,
just like
see,
a regular
I was
house.
wondering
right?
if that's
Whenever I
the
hear-
process. Yeah.
Because yeah, whenever I hear 3D printer, I just automatically think it's plastic for some reason. Like
It-
you can
totally.
3D print meat, man. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Which just
We
comes
have,
from
like,
meat, but, like,
Just
Like
get the proteins.
yeah,
in there.
like Stevie and Walter went to their friend's house and they came back with a W and an S and it's 3D printed, right? And yeah, it's like plastic or whatever. And so whenever I heard this, I'm like, all right, the shell of these houses is this, like plastic or
Yeah,
whatever. And
yeah.
I'm like, what about wind and like the windows and the draft and insulating? I'm like, and then I thought, I'm like, well, I wonder if you frame the walls and then like put them up
Right.
against the 3D
See,
printed wall.
I
It's like,
imagine
I
there's
don't
some
know,
like
man,
if they're
it's so
doing
weird.
if they're trying to like if
Because the siding always goes on last on a house, right? If you already have a 3D printed house with that's like the siding shell.
I'm sure it just wouldn't look the same as like what your traditional house might look
Yeah,
like, right?
yeah.
We might guess have to start getting used to fucking like
they are smaller, like the one
dome
he.
shaped houses
Yeah,
or something. I don't know.
it'll be like
igloos.
yeah, concrete igloos.
it'll be like I don't even know the word. It'll be literally a repetition. Like they'll all look the same. You know what
Yeah,
I
like
mean?
yeah,
the
but they're
cookie
already
cutter.
fucking like that. Basically.
yeah, like
yeah,
subdivisions
yeah,
are for sure like
yeah.
that. 100%.
You go in and two of them are the same, but like
It's
the
just like
rear
switch
vision,
them around. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
like the next one beside that is a different one altogether. And the two beside that are the same as these two.
Right,
And then the next
yeah.
one beside that is the same as the third one over here.
Yeah.
And then
It's like every third one is like the special one.
yeah, it's a little bigger. Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's like
The
the
ones
you
on
got
the
the 1 bedroom, the
corners.
2 bedroom, and the 3 bedroom version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like those,
Or there's a couple that are attached, and then there's the one that's like detached. But they're all the fucking same.
Yeah. Fuck, I should hit the ringer here real quick. Small bladder syndrome.
It's funny.
I don't have the
I was gonna
ding.
say dig, and then yeah. Shit. Oh man, my shoulder. Shout out people, everyone.
Shout out all the people. So you still hitting the gym or what?
I haven't for a week because my shoulder's all fucked.
Did you do that at the gym?
I pretend I didn't, but I think I did. It's been bugging me like for a while, like for a couple years maybe, but it's like on and off. And I think what it is sometimes I sleep on my arm, and like man, it feels like I have a headache in my whole arm.
Bro, so I've seen
It's
these
like a pinch in my fucking shoulder.
I've seen
my
these
neck,
pillows and it's like a weird fucking like I can't even describe the shape of it, but it's like it's got a spot like for your neck to sit in perfectly, and like a spot for like if you're a side sleeper, you can put your arm in,
Oh, yeah, I need that.
right, without it like
Oh,
without
why
you
does-
like putting any weight on it, so you, like your arm doesn't go numb and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I say, when you're on your if you're a back sleeper, it supports your neck fully, so like you're not like
Bro.
yeah, dude.
My
Like-
problem is I sleep like this. Watch. Arm like this. I'm literally like sleeping on
Like
top
on
of
all
my
yeah,
arm
your
like
arm.
this. And like so I'll wake up and oh it's like so it'll be so asleep, man. Like sometimes it's like numb as fuck.
Yeah,
like
I
it's like
hate
it
that
takes
feeling.
a while. But like man, like even like lately I'll feel it like it's kinda numb in my hand. And like I said, it's like a headache like here, here, here. Man, I swear it mostly hurts here. But I think the problem is like here somewhere, like around my shoulder blade.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel it in my neck and there whenever I turn, like.
Yeah, you
with my
probably got
neck
like a
and shit.
pinched nerve or some shit.
But it's been bugging me for a couple years on and off. But the last like week or so, it's like to the point like maybe for the last month, here and there, like later at night, it'll start to ache, like without me doing anything. But the last like week, well, even like right now, it's starting to ache. There's just a certain point at night, it'll just start like boom, 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 and like I was eating dinner one night, and I was just like we're out, and I'm just sitting there like. And I'm just staring at the ground like, oh man, like you'd think I was like probably like I thought I was gonna puke or something. I didn't, but it's just like I'm sitting there going, oh, and I'm just looking at the ground. I'm like, oh,
What is it? Your
oh,
shoulder?
yeah, my whole arm, like it's like a pinched nerve or something.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
like before, it would, like I said, it would just be like if I slept on it the wrong way, then like a couple days it'd hurt.
yeah.
Now it's like, man, it's killing me. And like the thing
I'm
is,
gonna,
like
I'm gonna
sometimes
send you
it's
the
like,
link to one of these pillows, man.
like feels better if I do this, right?
So that's
then
it.
I'm, like,
It's got the
standing around
slots.
like this, like hey,
Bro,
like you get it, like no.
you need one of these
no,
pillows,
like,
man. I'm telling you.
It relieves the pressure.
You got one of those fucking new pillows?
I didn't, but I've been seeing them, and I was like, "Fuck,
The
I
one
need
with
one of
like
those."
the arm crevice and like all the
Yeah,
neck,
yeah, so
everything.
you've seen it too,
Yeah,
right?
oh,
But
yeah.
the thing is
'Cause,
like
man,
this
well,
is comfortable for me like this
mhm.
on my side.
I sleep on
But
my
like,
back.
but when I sleep on my side, man, like, and just this shoulder in general, man, I swear, if I were to sleep right on my side and like had it all set up perfect, whatever, it's just I'm crushing this arm all the time,
Yeah.
man.
Man,
You need
I'm
one
like
of these.
I am a fetal sleeper. Even if I fall asleep on my back, I'll find myself like woken up, like arm like this, and it's just within like the last year or two, I legit can't sleep like that anymore.
Oh yeah.
If my arms kill me when I like for the day after I wake up, and it was never like that until I hit.
It's
30
crazy,
years
eh,
old.
man. Like we just like it's just like it's taken for granted that like you go to bed and you sleep on this fucking rectangle piece of foam or whatever it is
yeah.
filled with springs and shit, and you're like, yeah, that's what we've done for fucking millennia, right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
that's fine.
You're right.
But it's like the worst actual for you. Like
Yeah.
you need like
The
a
stiffer, the
hammock is
better.
probably I think better.
I think that'd be worse for me for my back because
Apparently
like,
it's better for you.
well,
man.
but like, but the
something
thing is,
that
is
hangs right.
so like my problem is that like so your spine, like from the side profile, it goes like towards your stomach a little bit, like curves towards your stomach at the bottom,
right.
and then goes like straight up, right?
Right.
But like mine, like the pressure's pushing it back, and that's what's like compressing my fucking discs or whatever.
Right.
So the thing is, now if I'm laying in a
Should be so
in
fucking
a
tall.
hammock like this where it's like banana shaped.
Yeah, right.
Then like banana hammock. But then it's like my back that's supposed to be curved like this is like pressure like
Pressing
this,
out, right?
But at the same time, I still have laid in hammocks, and it feels good. Or like,
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Even like the flat ground, man. That was
Oh,
one
man.
thing too. Yeah.
Even like more so whenever I was younger and shit. Like because I've always kind of had a bad back, but like late teens, early 20s, like sometimes like I would sleep on the floor on purpose.
Yeah,
You know what I
right,
mean? Like
yeah.
I'd sleep on a hardwood
You
floor.
can almost feel it. Like if you lay on a hard floor and you like take a deep breath and like relax your body and like almost pinpoint, like it's right there.
Mm.
That's
Ever tried,
where,
like, just,
that's
like,
where I
hanging
need to
from,
just
like-
let my back. Yeah.
Like a pole or something, and
Oh,
just
man.
like letting
Yeah.
all your weight just like so your spine decompresses.
And
Like,
pulls,
over my
yeah.
arm.
So there was stretches. There was
I
like
guess I'm doing shoulder.
warm up stretches in some of these Pilates workouts that I would do, and yeah, the one was like here. Yeah,
this
it was
Pilates?
like put your hands like this, push them
Everybody
out,
put your hands up.
and then push your tailbone down. Right, just it's like stretching your spine. You try and do that for fucking 20 seconds, and you'll be like, "Whoa, my whole like core and like
It
spine
activates all everything,
stretches."
right?
Yeah, exactly.
All those muscles that you're not used to fucking using.
And I swear by it, man. I've yet to do it on a Saturday because I've been in bed till my kids wake up. But I said from the start of this season that I want to continue my workouts into my weekends because yeah, man, like even the days that I woke up and was like, I really don't want to work out, and I would do it, I'd feel so fucking good,
Yeah.
so good.
And I think
after did it.
that's the key, man, is like, because like even people that tell you, like the best athletes will tell you, like, yeah, sometimes I fucking, like, most of the time I don't want to fucking go.
Yeah, it's because
you
you've
know,
been there. Fucking,
just,
you've
like,
done it
enjoy
3
it, like,
days
you just
Well,
straight.
it
conquer
almost
your
feels
inner
better
bitch, you
when
know?
you don't want to be there and you
And
go
you
and
do it.
anyways. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more rewarding, right?
But like, and it's also too like it's so like, I mean, obviously it's science, but it's so true. Like, there's like chemicals and shit like released when you're
Yeah.
doing this.
Right.
So like, so many times, even like sometimes like, yeah, I want to go to the gym. I'm going to the gym, but it might just be like grumpy or something, right?
Right.
And like whenever I leave, I'm like, oh, like everything's awesome, or like
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
right? And I'm
right.
like, man, I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm
Even like
mentally
talking
fucking
to
high off
people that you
workout.
pass by or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I even find that too, man. Like I could find myself in like a kind of like a reserved mood. Like I can be outgoing, or I have these moods where I'm like I'm not talking to anyone. I keep
Yeah,
to
yeah.
myself. But then someone will say something to me, and it like pulls you right out of that. You know,
Yeah.
like fuck, I feel pretty good after that. You know, and then it like you feel you feel like talkative after that, or like you feel woken up or whatever. It's like they pulled you out of that little hole you were in or whatever. Yeah, man. For me, I find like I'm really good with like routine. You know,
Yeah.
like if I stick to my routine, I'm really well. And in the winter, yeah, like my routine was wake up, and I take the dog for a walk, and then I do my workout. I take my little girl to the bus stop. I come back, and then I do another workout, and then I would shower, and then I would eat too. By this time, it's like closer to like 11 noon, you know. And I wouldn't have done anything. Usually, I'd smoke some weed or whatever, right? Drink coffee, and at this point, it's like I've just drank water and worked out, and I feel great. Like I'm super appetized. All I would eat was like 3 eggs a day, with like a little bit of hash browns. That's
Really?
what I was eating. Yeah, and I felt fucking great, man. Like I really did. I felt so good, very energized, very strong, you know, and yeah, it's something I want to continue for sure.
Yeah, I think that's like, I mean, that's like just good advice for anyone, right? Is like find a healthy routine and fucking have the discipline to stick to it,
Yeah,
right? Like, because like you say, like hitting the gym and working out releases those endorphins, you know, that make you feel good. So if you do feel shitty and depressed or down about yourself,
Yeah.
like fucking just go for a run, go for
Yeah,
like
man.
hit the gym for
even
a
a
bit, like,
walk, even a walk,
Yeah.
straight up. For
right?
sure.
It'll make you feel better. And a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, you don't get it. My problems are so hard, right? Like
100%.
I suffer from depression and
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
it the worst, right? It's like, okay, play your fucking victim card,
But if you did this, you would
right?
pop.
Like exactly. But if
Yeah.
you did it every single day, not just like once or twice,
Yeah.
right? Fucking find a routine that's healthy for you and fucking stick to
You know,
it.
I heard this person say that like depression is almost like an addiction to comfort, and in a way it's that you've gotten so comfortable with like this idea or thought or what you know that it's become an addiction to not go outside of that, you know. And I was like, yeah, like I see where this ideology is coming from, you know. 'Cause it's like these people do convince themselves, because I've been on both sides. I've definitely been depressed and have like went for a walk and been like, I feel so much more open now, you know, or maybe not depressed is the word, but like definitely like closed off. Like woke up, I'm like, I don't care about anything, anyone. Like I'm fucking dealing with this shit or whatever. And then you go for a walk, someone says something to you, and then next thing you know, you're like, whoa, like a fucking blooming little flower over here.
So Joey Diaz always said, he's like, man, if you're like feeling down, this and that, whatever, it's like he explained many times where this happened or whatever, and like one time he was not working and just like he would just like sleep in and like whatever.
Yeah.
And he ended up so as soon as you wake up, get the fuck out of bed. Your eyes open, get out of bed, and go right away and shower.
Right.
And within 20 minutes of waking up, you want to be showered, ready, and like going for a walk.
Right.
Go for a walk for fucking. He says go for a walk for 20 minutes.
Right.
Every day, do that same thing. But he's like, oh, you don't want to. You have all these excuses, all this, whatever. He's like, go for a walk to the end of the street and back. But same shit. He's like, first of all, you just get out and move around. But then he's like, you might see somebody. He's like, change your fucking mood. You see the fucking little dog or whatever. Right? Like, oh yeah, change your mood, whatever. And then like that was fucking easy. So tomorrow, fucking go do 5-minute walk or like 10-minute walk or like whatever, right? And then like build up, and then like, but the thing is, just doing that, you're gonna want to do it. It's making you feel better, and you're gonna keep trying to do that thing, right? And then it brings you out of that. And that's, but the same as you're saying, like you see people or like whatever, right? Or just like look around, right?
Yeah,
cool stuff,
sure, man.
But he said that's brought him out of like dark places many times.
Yeah. I find like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I've thought to myself like, fuck, you're such a simpleton. Like I feel like, you know, like I find joy out of the simplest fucking things, you know, like the sunrise or anything like when I wake up on an early Saturday morning and the birds are chirping outside of my house, I fucking literally I'm grateful for that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go take a piss because I gotta pee, and I'm gonna lay in bed and listen to that shit and just fucking lay there till my kids get up and be grateful for this, you know. And I'm like, oh, like I love it.
That's odd, man. That's like mindset goals, you know, for like a lot of people, right? Because like a lot of people, I think, focus on
the negative things.
Bullshit, oh, I don't have this in my life, and this could be better. I want this job. I want this, whatever it is, right?
Or even in the same shoes, and like fucking birds are chirping, and my kids are gonna be up soon.
Yeah, exactly, right? 100%, 100%, right? It's like all about perspective. Facts, right? And like if you're great, like if you're grateful for it, and you have a positive attitude about it, and again have a fucking healthy routine and stick to it, like there's not much that can fucking stop you.
Exactly.
Right? And bullshit happens to everybody. Like there's fucking, you know, those unforeseen events that everybody has to deal with in their life.
Some people go through it earlier in life, you know, other people it's gonna happen eventually, and then other things in between, like, you know, everyone goes through their shit.
It's just how well do you deal with it, right? Do you let it take you down? And do you have this poor me attitude? And I'm a victim, so everybody needs to treat me good, right? Or I'll be pissed off at the world. Or do you have the mindset of, well, you know what? That sucked, but I'm grateful for it, because I learned
Learned
this
this.
thing, and now I can attack the world
Yeah.
with now this new knowledge, and I'm thankful
For
for that,
sure.
right?
That's it. Everything's
Like,
a lesson.
For
Yeah,
Good
sure.
or bad, everything's
Yeah,
a
man.
lesson.
So
For sure.
like, fuck, man, like
I
it's
feel
all
like
on you. You're in the place in life that you deserve to be.
for sure.
No
Absolutely.
matter
Yeah.
what.
And we're all you're the captain of your own ship, it's like you can say where you want to be as much as you want, but until you make the moves and the choices to get to that you need to make to get to that point, it's not going to happen until you do that, right?
Yeah,
so
That's the big thing is the change thing is like people bitching all the time about stuff or
yeah,
whatever, and like I would always be like, man, like, but you can change that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even myself, like having some trouble at work, and I'm like,
right,
I'm like bitching whatever, and I'm like, I can change that, you know what I mean? And like so I've already gone to them and talked to them and like whatever, and like I
Right.
don't feel like it's working, so I'm like, I feel like the change I have to make is not working there anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like so like same thing is I'm always like, I'm like, you can change that, right?
You're
Like, some
in
of the things
con-
you can't change,
some
right?
things
Like,
you're in control of, others you're
yeah,
not.
you know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
driving down the street, someone runs into you, like you cannot change that,
Yeah.
like whatever, no matter what. But like so there are things you cannot change, but like it's when people are bitching like I had a buddy that was always bitching like, oh, I don't have a job, this and that, but like he limited himself where he's like, oh, I don't like fucking being around people and this and that and whatever, right?
Yeah,
And like at the same time, I'm like, you spent so much time doing all this like stupid shit, but like if you just like made a resume and like went and handed it out, like you might have a chance, right?
Yeah.
And like that guy has like his own business now and like does very well for himself and like
Right,
whatever,
yeah.
and like buying all kinds of stuff for himself and like whatever, and like I'm like, see, like,
Yeah.
I haven't addressed it, but it's just like I'm like, see, like yeah,
Just
like
took the step,
you just have to like change your mindset and like
Yeah.
keep doing it. And like he deals with people all the time because he is like dealing with homeowners and stuff, right?
right.
Deals with people all the time. I'm like, so you can deal with people, man. Like,
Yeah.
like there you just like you beat autism or like whatever it was, like you beat that or you beat anxiety or like you beat that fear or whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the like even too like sometimes that's what I think is like it's just speaking of autism, I guess, is that I think like there's ways that I think that I just like also have a way to think around it.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel like maybe just like as a kid, like I was just like forced to do that. So I like
Yeah.
have like another way, like it's like I beat those like thoughts or
Right,
like
right.
the autism or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Here, please, here. Put me down for one too.
Oh yeah. Well, fuck, eh? I guess it'd be a good time. Can you pull up the Instagram?
Yeah.
Some
Let me
time
do
to
that.
do
Let
that,
me do
and
that.
then when Stylez gets back, we can. Yeah, fuck.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I'm logged into mine here. Yeah, I am. Okay.
Yeah, I like the stickers on the back of the microphones.
Yeah, they're little magnet plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
just
the
pull right
magnet
off,
plates.
yeah.
Right. Look at that. Oh. MTC plate. Nice.
All right, here I'm gonna pull up your most recent
what'd you
video
say?
here. Do you want me to let you do? Here, I'll let you do it.
Yeah. I guess this is what. Oh. Can I get this back on? Yeah, this is what I've been up to, I guess, more recently. I've actually gotten some pretty good feedback on this video.
I like this one.
Yeah. So I hope I can, work on more. I have a couple ideas. I'm also going for like super peaceful. There's like a couple of themes that I have in mind, and one is like super peaceful, just like guitaring or like You know what I mean? Like being in a garden in the morning, like
Right.
super zenful, like relaxing kind of
Yeah.
content.
Like this one.
Yeah, exactly. And funny content too. 'Cause
This is Canada.
transitions are easy as hell and fun to do. Like that was like the caption there. It's like not what you do, it's how you do it. It's like that was because that was literally a mulch fucking corner
In a parking like,
bed
yeah,
in
like,
a parking lot,
yeah,
but it looks super good, and it's like, you know, it's how you do it, how you make it.
for sure.
And yeah, I
It's
don't
fun
know.
too, right? Like it's like the creative aspect of like doing the transitions and like
Mhm.
you know coming up with ideas of like
Yeah, because it's all
camera
kind
angles
of
and like
it's kind of all on the
make sure
spot.
make sure the job that you're doing that much like a little bit extra fun, right?
It
Like, when
is,
you're like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I get to do
Well,
this
when you've
extra
done
thing.
it for so long, right, it kind of adds a little more excitement to it. Like I remember, you know, being new at the job and it learning it was fun.
Sorry.
You go through the phase of like trying to, I guess, impress and show that you know what I can do, what's expected. And then you reach this point, you know, where you're like, I know what's expected of me, and now I want to challenge myself.
I guess I haven't been seeing
And the
them.
law don't
Yeah, I know.
Whenever I saw that post the other day, I was
Yeah.
reckon they
like,
don't try.
oh, cool, he's posted again.
Right.
Or
Put some
whatever.
beer
Like,
on ice.
so this one is a week ago.
Tonight
Yeah,
I'm
and I
dancing
totally
for two.
understand that too, because I feel like, well, Facebook or even Instagram for one, um it's all about the algorithm, right? And what you've clicked on and stuff, and I definitely realize, like, I know, because like my mom, I talked to my mom, and she hasn't even seen all the videos, right? I went out to breakfast, and like, you see the videos. I think I saw like this one or whatever. I'm like, oh, there's a couple more or whatever, right? And she just hadn't seen them.
Like she on Facebook more than anything?
She's
or-
on Facebook a lot, but it posts to Facebook too. But I understand.
I'm rarely on Facebook, but I think that's where I saw it actually.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It would be on
interesting,
Facebook and Instagram, but I understand, because
I've had people on my list on Facebook.
yeah, me too. But I've even had the same thing. I'm like, I don't see certain people's like posts anymore, you know? I'll like think, oh yeah, this person, and I'll be like, oh, I don't think, maybe I'm not friends with them, or they haven't
Yeah.
posted, and I'll go and be like, no, they've been actively posting. It's just they're
Yeah.
not showing up in my feed
Or
or
even
whatever.
sometimes
Right?
it's like you see a post and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this guy.
Yeah.
today. I forgot about this guy, and then like I'll go to their page and be like, yeah, weird. I haven't seen them in like years or whatever, right? And
Right.
then, like I go to their page and I'm like, yeah, there's like, you know, yesterday, 2 days ago, a
Right.
week ago. And it just goes on where it's like they've been posting actively for the last 4 months.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like, what the
So I
fuck?
guess it's about what you click on and what you like. Obviously, I wasn't consistent with it over the winter,
See, I wonder
so
if
it's just back now. You know?
But I wonder if like say like because even myself, I just thought of it today or yesterday where I was thinking of making 'cause I feel like I haven't been keeping up on hip hop stuff as like maybe it's less interesting, but
yeah.
but like there was a point like it's funny because it's like there's like a maybe it's like a one of these, but it's
Yeah.
like where slowly I was like building up all this knowledge of like hip hop and stuff where it was like old and new and everything, and like because I remember whenever we were like first kind of like hanging out like within the first year or so, whatever,
Yeah.
like I remember pointing out stuff to you
Yeah.
that like I would explain like, you know why I said that, right, is because like back then
Right.
fucking this like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so then I like prided myself like, you know, like I knew like quite a bit, but like
Right.
not enough, you know what I mean? But still,
Totally, yeah.
but then I feel like it was building up, and then now it's just like less and less and less.
Yeah,
and less.
man, for
So I
sure.
was like, you know what? I almost want to make. I was gonna try and see if I can make my algorithm go towards that.
Right.
But I'm like, I wonder if I could. Or sorry, I wanted to just make a new page.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Have it just for that. So whenever I go
Right.
on there, it's just that shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wonder if I could actually force my shit. So if I just go on, 'cause I follow a lot of rappers.
Yeah.
Go on and just like search their name, you know, Method Man. Okay, then look at their page, look at a bunch of their posts,
Right.
and then see if maybe like I'll
It'll-
start seeing that again,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So then I go and okay, now search, whatever, right? This
Right.
well, there's one guy I see, but it's because he posts a lot of good shit. Might be Manny Fresh, but he's like just posting like he's like just screenshotting like it's like memes, I guess.
Right.
But it's all like inspirational quotes and shit.
Okay.
It's like really like smart shit. But I guess I keep seeing that because I keep like either sharing them or like
Right.
them or like whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I wonder if you can like force it to do that. So like say I'm not seeing your shit.
Yeah.
Whenever I scroll through my feed, then like if I go to your thing and just like keep looking at it, will it come up more?
Right.
And
Yeah.
next time you post, will that come up?
Yeah.
Because
It
there's a difference
should.
too. There's a difference too between your feed and like when you're like looking at a reel and you just start scrolling.
Right.
That's
Right.
like different, right?
Yeah.
Because even too, I've noticed like so me and a young fellow send each other some pretty bad stuff and funny stuff. Us, I guess, but and but the point is how I was saying earlier, I like okay, I just clicked on this video they sent me, and then I scroll through those. And I don't realize like, oh, that was from that person. So
Right.
like later I'll find a video and go, oh, that's on the same topic that me and him like share.
Yeah.
So I'll like share that to him, and then I'll realize like, or then one day he actually said to me, he's like, I fucked up a lot of people's algorithms with this shit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but then I realized I'm like, I think that like if you send me stuff and you're sending me hip hop stuff all the time,
Yeah.
and then you send me a hip hop video and I click on it and then I start scrolling, it's gonna show me more likely hip hop videos.
Hip-hop,
I
right.
believe, anyways, because
Right.
I've noticed that with the same.
It's
like
like
with-
similar to what you're looking at. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Right.
Or you send me a skateboard video, whatever, and then I just keep scrolling. It's gonna have like no, I'm not saying everyone, but there will be some skateboarding shit in there, right?
Right, yeah.
More so than others. Yeah, I really wonder if you can do that. You just go on.
I think so. Like I don't know. I've thought of that though. Like the new page I have, that landscape guy. I set out with that
Can you tell them what it
intentional.
was? Tell them how to find you.
Yeah, you can find me at that landscape guy. We did show the
Oh, okay,
video.
sorry, yeah.
We got a couple more we could
I
show.
saw. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But yeah, it's just that landscape guy on Instagram. Right now I'm having an issue with like linking to
Facebook?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Yeah.
I don't know why it's having an issue. I don't know if it's because of
Here's what
the
you need to do.
username maybe. I don't know.
Oh, maybe okay, but
On
here,
TikTok I can't have the same username because it's used on TikTok.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to add numbers on TikTok.
But what I sometimes do,
Yeah,
like the thing we have now, just like kind of does a lot of stuff for us.
right.
But like what I would sometimes do, because like you can't, you know how like you're on Instagram and you can like sign in with your Facebook too, so that you can like when
Yeah.
you post on Instagram, it goes to Facebook.
Yeah, mine.
So,
yeah,
like-
this page does that.
So
yeah.
you can't do that with TikTok, but you can if you
Okay.
post on TikTok. Of course, it'll have the like TikTok logo, like watermark thing on
right?
it.
Yeah,
But if you
yeah,
post on TikTok, then you can share that from TikTok to Instagram
okay,
as a like post or whatever, or
Right.
like a reel,
Yeah.
and then that'll share to
yeah,
Facebook
for-
or whatever.
Yeah, so
But I'm pretty sure it still has the
but it's
the
only
TikTok
that
thing
way.
on it. But the reason why I like that is because I just made the one post, and then just share it onto
Yeah.
Instagram, and then it just went to Facebook
That's what
right
I-
away.
that's
so
what
it
I
was,
would like,
easy,
yeah.
yeah.
'Cause, obviously, I feel like TikTok it would get more views or
Yeah, yeah.
I even know for a fact there I have like 2 or 3 videos on TikTok and the one video you were just seeing, the everyday normal guy, has like 1,800 views on TikTok.
Oh yeah, shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and yeah. So I want to get I wish it was just that simple. I post on Instagram, it would go everywhere.
Yeah.
But if I gotta go to TikTok and it goes down from there, well then maybe that's what I'll do. But
yeah,
that was kind of my
but
mission
you
this
still have
weekend.
to do it. Like if you put it on TikTok, you still have to go share on Instagram and then make a new post on Instagram.
Right.
So you still have to do that, and then like I said, it still has the TikTok logo on it.
Okay.
But I just found it easier because it's like, hey, I put it on TikTok, or sometimes you like make a video on TikTok,
right.
and then share it from
Share it
there
from
or
there.
like whatever.
And you can share it, like you don't have to recreate it.
What do you mean?
Like time everything up again and recreate
Oh,
the
no,
video.
yeah.
It's
Like,
just
here, I'll even-
okay.
oh, I guess
like
I
the
don't
whole
have one,
video
yeah.
is already done. You
Oh
just
no, wait, yeah. Sorry, here I can't show you. Wait.
because yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Like the issue is I don't want to make the same video twice and have it just
No.
a little
So I
bit
could
off.
Just take like this video and go there. So Instagram.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So there's messages, but you go direct or not direct, just Instagram.
Right, and they'll get ready to
So
make a
comes
reel.
up, story, reel.
Oh
Message,
shit, okay,
whatever.
cool. But it
And
has
like-
the watermark, right? I
Yeah,
getcha.
so I'll go like reel, and then you just from there you can do all the same shit.
Yeah. That makes sense,
cut
you
it
know.
down
I've
and
seen a lot of
everything,
videos
like-
on Instagram with the TikTok watermark or whatever,
Yeah.
and so yeah, that makes sense.
But I just found that an easy way or whatever.
Yeah, that
just
would-
because then it's like you don't have to like. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
I
how do you
totally
create
agree.
it?
man.
Like I guess you have to create it and download it or whatever. But like if you just make it,
That's
boom,
what
and
I
make it on one
did.
spot and then like
Yeah, right. So I did the couple that I downloaded them because I'm like I'm gonna figure this out, and then if it doesn't automatically upload, I'm gonna take these and post them. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why I downloaded them, so I didn't have to recreate them. Because I know for a fact, I'm like if I have to like re-edit these, there's gonna be like slight differences or whatever.
yeah,
And like honestly, I don't want to have to take that time. So
you know exactly.
Yeah.
yeah. So
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
to I don't know if this is the word, but digress a little bit on the.
Mhm.
You were so just where this started from was just the landscaping videos and shit.
Yeah.
So as we know, I think was it last year? Or was the first year you went back to landscaping?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Last summer. Yeah.
and it was a company that you worked for before as well.
Yeah. For sure.
So my question is how is it to be back on the ground and not on roofs?
On
and
the
shit?
roof. Yeah.
You know,
It
'cause-
it definitely feels pretty good.
yeah,
A lot safer for sure.
yeah.
I feel like I don't know. It was like yeah, I don't know. If I'm being completely honest, yeah, I feel like last year it was like back to a new job in a way. But then I was still working on the roof, and I feel like at the start of the season I kind of brought the roof with me, where I was like trying to show like how I can be a good worker and all this
like
stuff.
this year at the start.
Yeah,
of the year?
yeah, yeah, and-
okay.
and-
so like
and-
going back to it in the winter, going back to roofing in the winter, and then coming back to
Yeah. Well,
landscaping this-
yeah. You know, I was just, I guess it was I was hired on as a supervisor this year, which
Yeah.
I kind of wanted
Yeah.
to live up to or whatever, and I got a good raise. So I
Congrats, man.
but I
That's
feel
sick.
like I approached it the wrong way. I was definitely kind of like I felt like I was overstepping a little bit and stuff.
Okay.
And anyways, I feel like I found a good rhythm now. Jonesy probably
Feel the
back me
rhythm,
up
feel
on
that.
the
Yeah,
rhythm.
I
I'm
would
just being
say.
completely honest. You know, I approached this year and I was like, I really want to like show that I can be responsible and all this stuff. But I feel like I may have had a couple wrong angles. You know, I was a little bitter, I guess, towards our one worker a little
Right.
too much, and not waiting for the opportunities to come to me, you know, and we had this talk, and then the opportunities came to me, and I'm much more relaxed now, or whatever.
And
right?
I've
Like,
noticed it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
So do you guys still work side by side though? Like you
Yeah,
still have the same
absolutely.
crew and
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
Like,
We just got a fucking brand new truck.
yeah, we
Oh,
did.
It's funny
Yeah.
because I was gonna say, so you drive the truck? and
Yeah.
you have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
brand new truck.
Yeah, it
fucking,
is.
it's like a
What is it?
It's
Sell it
a
to me, man.
international.
Yeah.
Is the brand?
Yeah, no way.
Yeah,
it's
That's
like
cool, I
a-
like it.
Yeah,
So yeah, nice. It's like a big crew cab, which we're not used to. Our old truck, we're just like three of us crammed in
In
like
a
a
back
Oh
three
seat.
seat.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, no,
You know,
way.
no back seat.
no AC.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no fighting over
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking shotgun.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's nice to have a back seat and fucking like the other
AC
one. So there's
works?
no exactly. There's no AC,
Yeah.
no power
It
windows,
does. Yeah.
no hookup for like your phone.
hmm
yeah.
Just the radio
Yeah.
and like just
Bare bones.
Yeah.
yeah.
And fucking yeah, definitely an upgrade. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
It
and like I
is.
think we've found a good stride. I think with the
Yeah.
way things are going. And yeah, like
For sure.
all props to you, man. Like I said earlier, like now I'm in this position where if I need to take time off, I know there's someone there
Yeah, I can
that's
step up.
responsible.
It's not
and
just a bunch
it's-
of punks on site.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
right? There's someone that's
Yeah.
gonna fucking that knows what the routine is
Yeah.
and can follow through, but not like lose your patience or like
yeah.
you
That's
know,
the
like-
one thing this year that I'm working on for sure. I definitely feel like that was probably an area where a lot of people wanted to see me work on. So it's just something I'm working on for sure. Even the customers today, right? I was like, talk to them patiently, and then I guess a fellow coworker is my main challenge this year, openly, and I've been better like recently, and I could feel like now I know how to approach it. So it's all it's good. I'm
you don't always get to pick and choose who you work with, right?
No,
Like,
absolutely. That's right. You're right. And at the same time, I see the benefits for sure. I would see the loss if we lost this person. And it's not like I was focused on that either. I just feel like that's where a lot of the issues landed.
right.
But I was just trying to prove myself a lot in the beginning, I guess, and I feel like I guess I already had, I just had to be patient and wait for the opportunities to come to me or whatever. I'm just rambling at this point now, but yeah. Anyways, the season's only started for about a month or so. I got
It's
to
only
take
gonna get
over.
hotter, boys.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
I took over for Ben last week. Everything went super well, man. Like, I felt like even the fellow employees, I gained respect with, and we all made solid ground, which was great,
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah. No,
So-
it was good. Like last week was actually a great week. It was
Right.
a really great week.
Because
And then this
before
week
that, because
happened.
man, like fucking
Yeah,
well,
but
I don't know if
whatever.
we should get into that.
Yeah,
but
But
no,
you
I'm
gotta,
not.
you gotta earn their respect first, and
That's
then
the
be their
thing.
friend.
So, yeah.
That's in the art of war.
Yeah.
Because if you become their friend first, and then try and assert like your fucking
It doesn't
dominance or
work
like
that
whatever,
way, yeah.
or your like authority, then like
It's
they don't
tough,
have the
man.
respect for that.
So
Yeah.
Not to say that that's what happened,
which
but
is what I said to you
maybe.
earlier, right? Like we are a lot closer,
Mhm.
and like we kind of came up like we were next. Like Brad was the foreman,
Yeah.
and Ben was the foreman before that, right? So like
We were,
so we
you
were just
weren't
kinda
the
like,
boss,
right?
but
we
now
were
you
just-
are.
right, and then so yeah, it's difficult when you're trying to be the boss
To
with
a
someone that
friend,
you're
yeah.
like
Yeah,
I totally
close
get
with,
that.
right?
But also, like I
I just try to do like lead by example, right? I don't want to be that fucking hard ass boss.
get
it's just
you.
like being like fucking listen.
Yeah.
So I want people around me that know what's expected,
and
know
we're
what's going
comfortable
on,
around you.
right? Yeah, like I don't want it to be
To not be afraid to ask you that question, right? Because they might think like they're gonna think I'm dumb if I ask this, right? I might get like that snap or whatever, right? So I definitely, last week was a great week for me learning overall, for sure. And that's and sorry, so this is where I definitely brought the roof with me, and like if it's tough to say. You need to be like that on the roof, but the circumstances are different here. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That shit keeps you alive on that job, but over here, it's not very needed. So, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm rambling on, but yeah.
No, it's good, man.
that's why I guess
It's-
there's a time and a place for everything, right?
There's a
And-
time and a place for everything, for sure. And yeah, I know I learned a lot about like actually being the boss. I guess I was trying to show that I could be while the boss was already there, and I didn't need to be. And then I guess I guess also there's like a respect thing. I feel like respect to me is like a big thing, and it's almost like we have the respect, right? So yeah, anyways, you know what I mean? Like, it's just different circumstances and everything. I don't want to ramble on anymore about this, but yeah, anyways, it's
Are you liking it?
I love it, man. I love it. It's why I came back.
Plus the drive.
The drive sucks.
Yeah, man, that's a big thing, man. Like that.
Yeah.
Like
in the morning, it's not bad. It like actually this year it's worse than last year. So I'm fucking. It's almost like it was in September already. Like last year, no problem. I was making it through.
it's because I was dropping you off earlier.
No, I mean in the morning.
Oh, in the morning,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, if
Thought you
I
meant the evening.
don't leave like at like last year I could leave at 6 and make it there before 7. Towards the end of the year, not, but September students are on the road. There's more traffic come September. But I find that the traffic is there already at this time of year. Like once Wednesday hit and I hit those hills coming across Canada, Moody and all that, I'm already slowing down.
That's
wild,
wild,
and before it was like not until I always call it that Golden Corral fucking window building on the left coming up to like the Nepean caroling exit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's
right at Maitland or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like that fucking
up
octagonal
there.
fucking
Yeah, okay.
building with
Yeah.
all the fucking bronze
Okay.
window on it. Yeah. That's where the slowdowns usually happen. Now it's like you're slowed down and you'll pick up again, but you're slowing down there again. So it's like all this slowdown in Canada now is happening. Even on the way out. Last year I'd break free around Canada. This year, fucking, it's traffic all the way up.
They
to
keep
fucking
closing a
Terry
bunch of the
Fox.
exits, right? Because they're making all the fucking train bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
and
so
the
last season it was fucking
Pinecrest,
right?
right?
Right. So now that's open, and I'm like, sweet, I can
Right,
get fucking home
you
better.
you had to go the
yeah,
extra exit,
right. So now
right?
it's the one past that, where it's Bayshore.
Bayshore.
So yeah, I guess that fucks shit up in that area too.
Yeah.
I assume.
Wow.
But yeah, man, fucking
Always.
work's going great. I'm also, really trying to learn how to do this content kind of at the
Yeah,
same time, right? Like we have these ideas and I it's just about learning how to do it properly. Obviously, you don't want to slow work down. There's some times where I'm like, I'm spending way too much time trying to set this angle
But
up.
see, that's the benefit
It's
of
not
having me
worth
as the
it
boss.
anymore.
I'm like, I know what you're doing. And
Yeah, I know, I know, for
I support
sure.
it. You know what I mean? I know we can fucking still,
Yeah.
be productive during the day.
Yeah, for sure. You're right. And yeah, so it's I don't know. It's adding entertainment to your work, right? At the same time, and fuck, man, if it picks up traction. So that's my idea. There's a few certain pages that I've seen that gave me the inspiration.
Yeah.
to-
Yo, you ever see the
to
guy
do
that goes
this.
out? He just shows up to people's places where their like lawns all fucked up.
Yeah, he
Or
just
just
does it for
for-
this, like
Yeah.
SB
Yes,
mowing is
I've
one
seen
of them.
this
There's
guy,
there's
yeah.
a few of them that I
Yeah.
think do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the curb and everything. So I don't know. I'd say old time hockey. Neil Reed, and there's definitely the Green Bean guy too.
Oh yeah.
Like these guys are definitely like inspirations that got me into thinking that I can actually, their content is so simple, and I'm like, man, it gives
it looks
me
simple,
it
but you're
gives
like,
me
damn, they got
ideas.
fucking drones and shit.
Yeah.
They're like-
For sure, but that's what they worked up to, right?
Fair,
So it's about the formula. If you actually go and look at a lot of these people's content, you can see that they came up with this formula that worked. It's
Man,
like they
earlier I was gonna say this and I forgot, but now saying it, consistency is the key to
Yeah,
every fucking
that's
thing,
it,
man.
right?
Like
So
we were
old-
talking about health earlier, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Old time hockey is like this guy it's like baking, but it's like this guy who lives out in like the woods, and it's like the most simplest but like old school Canadian
Yeah.
fucking content, right? And it's so simple. And same with like the Neil Reed guy is like the everyday in a life, like it shows him at work or at home and shit, right? Doing simple stuff, and he doesn't talk. It's all text or whatever
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And fucking dude's got a following, right? Like, and so I'm like, I that's what got my attention. You know, I'm like, I could just describe in ways or whatever, like quick ways, right? Like you don't want to be like very wordy, I guess,
yeah.
either. So anyways, it's something to learn about, but um it's where my inspiration comes from is those pages. And I feel like there's definitely a niche with this, like kind of showing the simple life of the regular person
Yeah.
that people fucking
I think
like
yeah,
seeing
there's so
that,
and that's the thing, right? So I think the internet was sort of saturated with a whole bunch of fucking fake
Yeah.
sort of set up
right.
content that was like generated just to get views,
You're
right?
right.
And it worked for a long time. And I think people got sick of that, and then people just started to film their everyday fucking life.
Yeah.
And that became the, hey, this is different. I
Yeah.
like this. This is
Yeah.
shit I don't
It's
see all
simple,
the time,
you know?
right?
Yeah,
And you connect more.
you can relate with
Right,
it.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
For sure.
And yeah, like say you're going out and getting paid to do it anyways.
yeah,
Right?
why not,
and we
right?
have all the technology with a phone and a fucking tripod basically
Oh, this is the thing.
to do it.
Right here.
Yeah, there's one right even
I
here in
bought
front
this.
of you. This one's this one.
Oh yeah, the
DJI.
gimbal right there.
DJI.
Yeah, man. Fucking they're cheap. Like this thing costed me I think like $50, maybe even less. And so yeah, it's like a selfie stick. Folds up into like a table stand. But then
Link in bio.
it also fucking extends into a full fucking, you know, tripod or whatever. So yeah, man, like, you know, I don't
So
know.
it's like I say, it's quick and easy to set up,
Quick
right?
and easy
And
to
you
set
got a
up.
phone, you're at work, and yeah, you just and literally all the editing you do on like break and like it. So it's like
Yeah, so I've done a lot of these videos, like going to get more material. I'll
Yeah.
fucking like, I'll just be sitting there fucking doing it up.
so
You
it's
know,
like
and by
it's
break
like-
time, I'll have a video, and I'm like, fucking,
And that's a bit about it's like, again, you find a system that works, right? You
Yeah.
find a routine that like and a pattern that is you're able to be consistent with,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just fucking stick to it.
that's it.
That's
So
the thing too. Sorry, real quick
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Consistency too is like doesn't mean anything specific. Like it doesn't mean every day. It doesn't mean like
Yeah.
even like what's his face, Gary V. Like he says like post 3 times a day.
right,
Like no matter what. Like cool, yeah.
Right.
But like consistency doesn't mean necessarily that.
that
If
right,
you just had a video every fucking Monday and Thursday or like whatever,
yeah,
and like even name one of them the fucking Thursday fucking whatever.
yeah,
you
like
know?
make it a thing, right?
and as long as it's that consistent
Yeah.
thing, then it's consistency no matter what,
Yeah,
right? Like it's
exactly,
like
you know?
that's what it is. Because even too, then when you have these like specific, like you know, like even say like Freestyle Friday back in the day, right?
Right,
Like I mean that was I guess TV, but it's like they know it's coming that day, right?
on
And
Friday,
it's like,
yeah, right,
we don't have it every other day of the week, but it's on Friday,
Friday,
you know,
yeah.
like whatever, right?
exactly. Yeah, man, that's it. So I'm just trying to, you know, make the most of that. And so I have like the simple reels, and I plan on doing longer videos. You know, I already
Yeah.
have a couple longer videos out, but I'm kind of changing the formula, and yeah, I will have more videos coming out. It'll be a little more like day in the life kind of
Yeah.
like full length videos, but yeah, you know, I'll probably get a YouTube page going. I don't have it up yet, but yeah, all in due time right now. The reels is definitely what grabs attention, you know. So maybe do that for a bit, and then direct attention to like longer videos or whatever. But yeah, man, I actually gotta fucking hit the dinger again. Sorry, boys.
What time are we at? Hour and a half. Holy shit, it's
Yeah.
almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna ask him probably one more serious question.
A serious question?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a
Then I-
serious question.
Yeah. Then I have a couple silly questions.
We might have to hold off on the silly ones. I'm just kidding.
Quick. But yeah,
So you're thinking about not
Maybe,
continuing with your.
maybe, but like, I heard.
Oh
some
wait, by the
stuff.
way, fucking, I don't know, I haven't mentioned this already, but I did notice the chain,
Yeah,
and that is a Bitcoin logo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Bitcoin. Yeah, even on the back is like all digital, or like not digital, but it's like looks like a computer. Like it looks like the Bitcoin.
Right.
Because I have one actually that I got like on Amazon. Like it came in like a plastic case, but it's like bigger, and like it's basically the same as that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I just felt like this chain was too long to not have a pendant on
I mean, it works.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's I didn't notice it at first. Like I noticed you were wearing the chain, but I didn't pay attention to what was on the fucking pendant. And then I was sitting
Yeah.
here, I was just like, yeah, that's definitely a Bitcoin logo.
Man, I had a guy. I was at the weed store in my town, and I don't know if he's drunk. He didn't smell like booze, but he seemed like he was drunk. But he old guy, like fucked up, whatever. But he's at the thing, just like a little window. But he's just at the thing, like he pays whatever he gets his stuff, and like I like was standing quite a ways back. So once he like was like, yeah, see you later, whatever. He had like extended goodbye sequence, talking, whatever. So I started walking towards him. So then whenever he turned around, he sees me. He's like, oh hey, how's it going? Yeah. He starts talking to me. I'm like, oh yeah. He goes, oh that's cool, yeah. And whatever. He's like, he's like, what's that stand for? I'm like, oh Bitcoin. He's like, oh, he's like, I have those, yeah. Yeah. He's like, I have the app and everything. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh cool. He's like, yeah. He's like, I have like $17,000 or something, or 20. He said $17,000 to $20,000 or something like this. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. And he's like, but I don't know how to get it. He's like, I can't get the money back. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know how to like get it. He's like, maybe you could show me. He's like, do you have something? I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, showed him, I don't know if it was crypto.com or ShakePay, but I showed him one of the apps to be like, yeah, I'm like this. He's like, that's the one I have. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I play all the games and everything. I'm like, no, there's like no games. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I play games. He's like, and I get, I get paid in Bitcoin. And I'm like, no, I don't think so, man. And then like somewhere in the conversation, he offered me a joint, but then like we just skipped right past it. So we just sort of like, yeah, like cool, man. Anyways, I got it. He's like, wait, I offered you a joint. He's like, here, like, gives me a joint. I'm like, cool, thanks, man. So I like left. I'm like, fucking right. I'm like, oh, and whatever. So then, actually, so now there's a lineup of people, and I'm like fucking being difficult or whatever. I'm asking all these options. So all these people are standing there, and he's talking to every one of them on the way out. So whenever he goes to leave, he's like, hey, Mr. And I'm like, fuck, I know he's talking to me, but I'm like, hey, just focus here, whatever. Mr. Gigabyte or whatever. And I turn around, and he's like, Bitcoin, that's it. He's like, see you later, man. He's like, if you ever see me, say hi to me. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So I walked out. I'm like, fucking right, cool. I got a joint because of this fucking pendant. Like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
But when I was getting into my car, he was sitting on a bench, like, on the sidewalk, like, not too far away with this other guy. And, like, he sees me, so I'm like, well, I don't want to be rude. And he said, like, say hi to me. So I was like, hey, man, how's it going? And he kind of, like, looks at his buddy and, like, looks at me and, like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, he didn't even know who I was. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's, like, that fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
right.
crazy. But yeah, I was like, cool, free joint just for fucking wearing this.
Fucking right.
Free, yeah. Bitcoin gets you free shit.
Yeah. So obviously you were with the podcast for a long time. Almost 6 years.
Yeah, man.
And
6 years. for
What a
sure.
fucking time.
Absolutely.
What are some things that maybe you learned along the way doing the podcast?
Well, definitely maybe like trying to like change things up on the regular, I guess, a little bit, just to keep things, like fresh or whatever. But you know what, man, like I learned a lot about the city, I guess, doing the podcast.
In what way? Physically?
Yeah. In a way of, I don't know how to put it, but I feel like the city could benefit from having a whole different attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's very cliquey.
As far as
And-
like just like the music culture in general.
Yeah, it's for the music culture, I feel like, for one thing, I will say this on record, that we're fucking underrated. 100% over these last 6 years. we did something that was very special to this city. 100%. No one can fucking knock that. And I feel like, yeah, sure, we could take some accountability to that, but we had a lot of guests through here.
Yeah.
We had a lot of guests through here over these, how many episodes? 270 fucking 1 episodes. And you know what? I feel like we just weren't overall given the respect that we deserved. I'm not going to lie, man. We provided something for this city that was overlooked. It could have done a lot of good for a lot of artists. I feel like we promoted as much as we could. I feel like after every episode, no artist ever reciprocated. You know, never.
I wouldn't say. Yeah, there was a handful. You're right. There's a lot that didn't.
If we're talking,
it was like once they were on the episode, it was like, okay, that's it.
That was it. You know, it felt like a lot of artists were like, I did that, and that was it. Overlooked the opportunity that they had. Some artists, like here in the physical, you know, puking in the stairs and shit. Obviously, that is what it is. And you know, we had some special artists on too that were important, and I just feel like overall I learned that the city could do better united. I feel like it is very divided.
Yeah.
There's certain pillars. Yes, you are pillars in the city. Whoever you are, Cap City Hip Hop, fucking, you know, Jay Morris, whoever you guys may be and whoever you guys think you are, you guys could definitely help out a lot more to people like us and people that were on our show. You guys are definitely staples, but I feel like there is almost like an avoidance to certain areas in the city where it could have all been more united, and the city could definitely be on the map a little bit harder than it is. I feel like it's definitely take and push around here more than it should be. Yeah, that's my take on it. Take it how you will.
Yeah, no.
I wish I had more names. I don't mean to just drop one name, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's the one name that sticks out to me. I don't mean to pick on the name, but as for even the episode that name was on, if you go to the comments, just go to the comments of that episode. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was very interactive, but we were very being picked on in that episode, and I wonder why it was that one episode. That's what I've learned. That's what I learned from the time being a co-host in the podcast over the last 6 years, my man. I respect the hell out of what we did. I'm not gonna lie, boys.
Learning curve for everybody.
You know, boys, we had a passion. We acted on it. And it was 6 years of dedication. I feel like what we did was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. What we did was awesome. And I don't mean did. I guess I'm speaking for myself, you know. Yeah. It's still going. I truly wish I could be here every weekend still, but I have other things in my life that are, you know, important, and that's why I haven't been here. And you know, I love the hell out of you guys. And
love you too, bro.
You know, it's something I can look back on and be proud of. And I don't want to get too emotional here, but fuck, boys, like, for real. You know, whether anyone takes it serious or not, we did something special here. Yeah. And I want people to acknowledge that. I want you guys to acknowledge that. And that's what I learned, you know, whether it was actually respected or if it was acknowledged by others in the city. What we did for people in the city was fucking, it was real. And we were here. You know, and we did it, and fucking
we did something.
Yeah, man, we were. It was something, man, and I fucking 4G audio podcast till I die, man.
Yeah, shit. Damn, it's like whenever you see someone puke, you're like, man, I think I'm gonna puke.
yeah, right. For sure. Like, you know, I thought about it. I thought about it for a while, and it's, you know, I love it, man. I love it. We were just, you know, 3 guys who had the same interest and we acted on it. You know, it started with making music, and it turned into this.
Yeah,
You
true
know,
that. It
and-
really came from fucking damn near nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did,
definitely,
man.
for sure.
sure. Like, it really came from fucking Jonesy and I pushing barrels, and you and I meeting through mutual fucking
Yeah.
friends. Like, I feel like it was just like energy that was meant to exist in a way, and I had a
there's
lot of
like a lot of
fun,
different
man.
like connections that have been made through that, right?
Yeah.
Like even like if you think about Raz and you think about
Mhm.
Bully, for example,
Yeah,
and Tino and fucking
Yeah, man.
Trip.
Trip.
Like all these
Bully.
people, they're
man.
like we just
Like,
like
yeah.
you know.
I linked
or-
up with Trip in Montreal one of the weekends I
No
worked.
way.
And the thing is that when I messaged him, I was like, yeah, I'm like taking the train. He's like, oh, you're taking the train? He's like, bro, he's like, my house is a 10-minute walk from the train. But I was like my friend I was going to visit was like, she had already told me that she lives 1 kilometers from the train station. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like a 10-minute walk too,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I'm like, even if it's in the opposite direction, it's 20-minute walk, whatever. But then whenever I got talking to him, whenever I was there, like I gave him the address and like whatever, he's like, bro, he's like, we're literally 2 blocks away. It's a 6-minute walk.
Yeah.
And like, so I walked 1 block up. He walked 1 block up. We met and went to this little like square and like smoked and shit. But it was crazy. It's just like, it's not like, oh yeah, we'll drive over and like see you and like whatever. It's just
Right.
like, man, like any day I could have just been like, hey, go meet you down there. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, and like even too, like he was really like the first like friend of the show kind of thing. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So like, I
sure
mean,
he
there are
was.
like for the amount of people that we did have through that didn't take advantage or show love or like, you know, there are a fucking ton that did, and like,
Yeah, man.
you know,
Yeah,
There was
but
a lot
again,
that
you
showed
still-
love
you still have
repetitively.
those like, you know,
Yeah,
but I
connections
believe
where-
that there's a lot of signs that like this was supposed to happen.
absolutely.
And like even say like me and Tino, like I don't think I ever talked about it on here, and I won't give too much, but his dad and my dad like knew each other
right.
years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've definitely
Like,
talked about that.
okay,
We
yeah,
may
yeah,
have,
sure.
yeah.
where it's like they fucking like they were working together, so they would like stay in the same hotel room when they were going away and shit for
Right.
like meetings and like whatever. And but like me and Tino met through this, fucking become friends, and then end up randomly finding that out. Like it was probably like
Yeah.
a couple years after I'd met Tino that like we actually figured that out.
Right.
And like just crazy, like man, like what the fuck. Actually, shout out to Tino too. He's in Toronto doing big things.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
He
I
actually,
seen that.
oh man, I'll probably butcher it. But it'll come to me. He is doing some kind of music or like maybe just like mastering or like whatever
Yeah.
for I want to say Team Canada or something.
Oh, yeah?
Or like I don't know, but I don't know if that's just like Hockey Team Canada or if it's like
Mm.
Olympics Team Canada or
Soccer
if
maybe
it's like
or something. Yeah.
But he said he got some sort of like contract to do thing. I don't know if I was supposed to talk about it. I'm sorry. Tino.
You didn't sign any NDAs.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But either way,
That
Didn't he
makes
just
sense.
get like there was a
confirmed,
song
and
of
that's
his like I think
exciting.
it was a City Fidelia song that was like
Played
he-
on Joe
on Joe-
Budden's
yeah, on-
show.
Oh, right. I
Yeah,
saw
man.
something
And
about
that's
this.
pretty much my favorite. It's one of my like that's a very good song. I love it. It's one of my favorites. But it's actually like my favorite City Fidelia song ever. Like
Yeah.
the best. So good. And it has I'm gonna butcher it. YNR Da Vinci. I hope I got it.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's also from Ottawa as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's in it.
But see, that's the thing, right? Like like
Joe Budden.
like if he like it's like there's a couple of posts of his where I've seen him like with his laptop open and the stickers on the back. He's got a big 4G.
Yeah,
sticker.
yeah.
Yeah. I saw that the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he posted. I think I
He-
shared it.
He's in that big big studio. Or yeah.
Man, yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to Tino.
So the funny thing is, I do have this question written down, and like, I feel like at the time I was like, I should write down like the reference as to like where this question came from, and I didn't, and it would be a lot better if I did. I think maybe I heard someone else ask this question or something, and I just wrote it down or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe just random thoughts came to me, and this is what it was. But what would you say to somebody who doesn't want to be alive?
Holy shit.
Is it wait? Why are we asking this question?
Like I said, I have it written
Asking
down.
for a
I have it
friend.
written down, but I wish I would have. I wish I would have wrote at the time. I was like, I should write down the reference, like in brackets, like this was asked on TV, or like.
So if like if
this is why
someone
I
came
think
to me
this.
and said, "Hey, I don't want to be alive anymore," like what would I say to them? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I would say,
Don't do it.
I don't
It's
know,
worth
man.
living.
My first instinct is to just, I don't know, man. I would want to try and convince them to enjoy the simple things like I do, like birds chirping and fucking, the sun
I felt like
rising
I was
or
gonna come back
or
to that.
something like that. But like, how do you just say that to someone in that time? Yeah, that's tough. I feel like it would definitely be situational for me, and it would definitely be whatever words. I'm a big
I guess it's
person,
why don't you want to be alive too, right? Like
right?
that
Yeah,
would be a big thing. Like
I feel like I would want to try and just tell them all the potential that they have, I guess,
Yeah.
and what life could be. I actually, a big thing of what I got onto in this winter time is something I've been on for a while reading. I passed those books along to you. Is this Toltec wisdom, and if I was to go, I agree with so much of what I read within these books. I almost feel like that I believe in this Toltec wisdom. And in the simplest form, it tells you just to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And that we have all convinced ourselves of all of these lies that society feeds us, and that what we need and our happiness can actually all comes from just love. Like love can really outpower all, and it's tough. I guess it would be tough to tell someone like this to find that, because they're probably in this position because they cannot.
yeah. But if you put out love,
But if you
get it
put
back.
out love, it will probably come back to you, right? Like what you give out, you will receive. I know in that position it would be hard, but if you can find a way to love yourself first,
Right.
then it will come. The rest will come. If you can let go of the lies that you have convinced yourself in your head that you need this or you need to be like that or whatever, and you just love yourself, the rest comes. Confidence comes. Everything comes if you can love yourself, for sure. Go read some Toltec wisdom. The Four Agreements. I actually brought one book, The Master of Self, The Knowledge of Wisdom, the
Love.
love one, as well. These books are great to read. I actually brought one so I could read the book. So this one's about the Master of Self, and this one will help you. It's like a Toltec guide to personal freedom. And you become a master of self when you engage the dream of the planet. So when you read these books, there will be definitions of like why they reference the dream of the planet. So the dream of the planet is the world that you envision. The dream of the planet is exactly how you picture the planet, everyone and everything that is alive. And everyone in it, without losing sight of who you really are. You understand that the power to create the best life possible. When you are no longer trapped by the beliefs of your past, you make choices in the present that are consistent with what you really want. And in doing so, you create harmony for yourself and those around you. You are the artist of your life. It's time to paint your masterpiece. So it's really about what you create your life to be at the end of the day. So someone that was depressed, I would almost want to hand them this fucking book. You know what I
Start
mean?
reading.
Yeah.
It's funny,
and,
right? So,
and really have an open mind. Like I find a lot of people are like, will pass this off as words on a page, like fucking like that can help me.
right, but
it
they
comes
might
from
find it. They'll find it when they're most like ready for it, though.
Right.
Right, when they're most receptive to it. because the same information, like, so like you, for argument's sake, are quite familiar with The Secret,
Yeah, well,
right?
Right,
And that
yeah.
resonated with you, right? Like you were like, oh, this makes sense, and like manifestation and positive energy and da da da, right? Like this is essentially saying the same thing,
Mhm.
right? And it's giving that same advice essentially. And there'll be all kinds of other literature, and
Yeah.
so I found that same sort of um, awakening at some point through a book called Conversations with God, and I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure I've spoken about it here before as well. And yeah, like it's just like the truth is the truth, right?
That's right.
And it'll come in, people
Many
call it this
forms.
thing and they'll call it that thing and they'll call
Yeah.
it this thing, but the truth is the truth. And yeah, like it just makes sense if you live in and have this kind of mindset, and like,
The same
you
as
know?
religion is really just manifestation. It's like praying is just like the same way in The Secret, like you put that out into the world.
Right.
So like if you just keep having this thought every day when you pray or like
It's
whatever,
a positive
then it's like
belief, right?
and yeah, you know, and it's like so really The Secret, you're believing in like something will take control of this.
Yeah.
Where like with religion, it's like that guy or this entity or like whatever, they have like a name for it.
Right.
Whereas like The Secret is just like the universe sort of thing. Like it's like there's not like a guy or like a
Right.
fucking, you know, whatever. But it's just like I started realizing like, man, like prayer is just the same as like manifestation. Like you're just putting these thoughts
Absolutely,
out
it
and
is.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
that's what prayer is. It is manifestation, 100%. It's just a different way to describe it, right?
Well,
For sure.
should we like
And I feel like prayer is practicing being grateful, right?
100%.
oh yeah,
That's how
yeah,
it should be,
Right?
yeah,
anyways,
because you're
right?
basically thanking
Like,
and
Yeah,
asking, like,
right?
That, and see, that's the thing, right? Thanking, not asking.
when you thanking,
Right?
I said thanking
Yeah.
and asking.
Okay, well,
'Cause you're
thanking
kinda
and not
thank you for these
asking, right?
things, but you're also like maybe they're separate prayers, but
Right.
thank you for these things, but it's
sometimes-
also like, can you fucking watch
Right,
over my family and
sometimes you're, like,
friends and
asking
like
for
you know, I like
strength
you know,
and
can you
stuff,
take care of my
right.
Aunt Carol or like
Right. Yeah.
Right. But
Right.
should that be got like, maybe that should be your responsibility. I'm not saying like your
no,
responsibility,
but like yeah,
but
yeah.
the person who is praying, like,
Right.
right,
yeah.
like that's on you, right? But you should be grateful to whoever or whatever,
Yeah,
right? So like the
I say thank you out loud sometimes.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
you should absolutely do
Yeah.
that, right? Like, yeah, I just put out the attitude and the presence of gratitude, and be thankful for the fucking. So like here's like, it's like, if I could give you $10 million, right, tomorrow morning, but the next day you would like you don't get to live anymore, right? So you get one more day, you get $10 million essentially, right? Would you take it,
Oh,
right? So
it's like, what's your price?
Right, yeah.
but at any point, at any amount of money, right? Like would you
If I
only
knew on
wanna live
Tuesday, if I
one
knew on
last
Tuesday I was
day?
getting hit by a train or something, then I'd be like, yeah, for sure. I'm like, let's go boating or something, you know? Or
Yeah,
like,
right.
But
do
there's
this
no amount of
thing.
money. Like, okay, like, so you could even spend, like, if you got $1 billion or whatever, you could even spend that in a fucking day if you tried anyways.
Right, yeah.
So it's like,
Buy
what
everybody's
is any
stuff.
of the,
What's the worth of
what's
it?
anything that money can buy gonna give you that's worth more than an extra day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nothing,
Nothing.
right? So like,
You can buy everybody's stuff so you know that they're good.
awesome,
when you
yeah,
I
leave,
guess
right?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You gotta
anyways,
have
my
this.
point essentially is that, like, yeah, like the fact that you're alive and that you have the ability to fucking even live in the most technologically advanced time
I
we've
was
ever
thinking the other
lived.
day, I was fucking thinking about how, like, man, like, imagine I can see it. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, man, I'm like, I can walk and talk and like do all these other
Yeah,
things
yeah,
too. I'm
yeah.
like, man, I can hear. I'm like, shit. I'm like, wait a sec. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, well, like, yeah, I want to see too, but it's just like the one thing I thought of was like, well, imagine I couldn't see, and then it's like,
Yeah.
man, imagine I couldn't do any of the things I just do normally. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Like,
Don't take anything for granted, for
that's
sure.
right. Every day is actually, every day is a fucking truly a gift. Like,
live it like it's your last.
That's right, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna lighten the mood here before we go. We're
Yeah.
gonna play a little game called "What Would B Show Do."
What would be show do? I love it. All right, let's get it.
So I had some people write in some questions.
Oh, no way. Even better.
Would you rather see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
Oh my god. Probably 10 minutes.
Is it like just once?
One
or
time,
like-
one time.
Just once? Yeah, probably 10 minutes.
And do I get
Oh
to
my
choose
God.
when?
Yeah. Oh wow, this is actually
Oh,
crazy
shit.
though, right?
Oh, I was
Now I'm
thinking it's kind of stupid. I was kind of fucked up when I wrote these.
I don't know
but
though, because if you could see
I wanna
like
hear it.
what is it, 150?
150 years.
If I could see that and maybe like, hey guys, like we gotta change the fuck what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like I could change the whole like shape of my family's generation, but 10 minutes into the future, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what would
basically
be
10
more
minutes-
beneficial. You know?
10 minutes stops you, like, if you, like...
You could just see 10 minutes in 10 minutes.
I think I'm going with the 10 minutes. You
Well,
know?
10 minutes will just be here in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right. Right. But
But
150,
that's so-
it's like what can you know?
But even in 10 minutes, right, like, depends what you're doing. Right? You could make
Yeah,
a lot
it
of money
could
in
s-
10
it-
minutes.
yeah, or it could
Oh,
save a fucking
yeah.
accident in 10 minutes. Too,
Yeah, I was
though.
gonna say driving down the road.
Yeah,
like,
that's so I'm thinking of that.
all right.
You
Yeah.
know, I was gonna say 10 minutes because like
Because let's say, for argument's sake, you go into a casino, right? You fucking go to a table where you know for sure...
I would
right?
know if I win or lose.
Or you just, you know what, like, number... Let's say you say, okay, this time,
right.
when this table fucking stops, it lands on red or
This-
black, this
right,
number.
so I could go in.
So you
and
know fucking for sure. So boom, 10 minutes, you go back, all right? You walk in like nothing's not right. You
Yeah.
fucking remortgage your fucking house.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put it on this number and boom, you're good. Right? But in 150 years, you can't really, like, you can be like, okay, fucking...
The only thing I'd be is like, hey, there's a war.
yeah, or like,
So
Bitcoin
get ready
is worth
for
fucking
that.
$12 million.
Yeah, or invest in
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But then it's like, you don't get the immediate advantage.
And
from
then they
that,
would all be like, "You're crazy.
Right?
You're crazy. That never happened."
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in a coma for 5 years or be in jail for a decade?
Oh my
Steven,
God.
6 years old, Dakota, Washington.
This reminds me of the Odyssey almost. Coma for 5 years
Call
or
back.
jail for 10.
Forget.
Oh my God, that's actually a tough one.
See, we were
You
talking
could
about
learn
earlier,
a lot while being in jail for 10 years.
Well, when we were talking about earlier, like, I was saying, like, fuck, imagine waking up like 60 years later. or
yeah,
whatever,
you wouldn't.
And
Yeah.
then someone, I don't know if it was the same conversation exactly, but someone was talking about being in jail and like coming out and being like, oh, it's all changed. But it's like you still have like people that are telling you what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I thought of whenever
Yeah.
I thought of this.
Even
'cause
if
I
you
was
had
like,
kids, you'd probably be able to see them grow up still.
I was like, so in
You're going
in
with the
5
jail.
years coma, you like don't know anything at
wouldn't
all,
know
don't see
anything,
anyone,
yeah.
like, oh, whatever. But then 10 years in jail, you're like, I'll still see people, I'll still know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully only do 2/3 of the time.
Right. Yeah, good behavior. I'm a good boy. Yeah, I think I'm going with the jail on that one for sure for that exact reason. Yeah, coma. It's like, you know, man, you're gonna go to sleep and wake up in 5 years and fucking not know a thing of any change. Yeah,
That'd be a big jump for
yeah, it
sure.
would be a big jump.
Okay, would you rather listen to Julia Roberts tell a story that never ends or get gangbanged by 10 giraffes? Diane, 11 years old, Quebec City.
Oh my God. Probably the Julia Roberts fucking never-ending story.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you could learn to tune that out eventually.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah.
you just like become deaf.
I don't
to
think
it.
I'll be able to tune the other thing out. So.
And that's what would be show do? You passed.
Fucking right. Woo! That's fucking...
Remember the TV show where they'd sit in race cars and they'd clap like this? It was like kids. Sorry, it was a
No, I
game
don't.
show, kids game show.
Yeah.
And so it'd be like, there's a team, be like, me and you were the red team, and we'd be sitting
Okay.
in a car, red car, and then there's like
Yeah,
a blue
yeah.
car, whatever. They weren't like actual cars, I don't think.
Right.
But then like they'd clap like this.
Okay.
Something street, I think. But yeah, they clap like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Meta. No, she won't tell
Yeah.
me. She's sleeping.
Sleeping like a fucking nice lady.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Yeah, man.
this episode is sponsored by No Emotion. cologne. You guys got to smell it.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Should have done it right on the show, I guess. But
I expected it to be like pretty strong, and it's not. It's pretty smooth, and yeah, it's like not fucking. It's not overwhelming or whatever. It's yeah, it's actually rather smooth.
Yeah, like my brother said, he's like it's got kind of like a musky scent that he doesn't like. I don't know if it's like musk. Exactly,
yeah, it's definitely.
He's like it's got something like whatever scent it is. My brother doesn't like, but he's like, I like that. Like, he's like it's the way it's like all together.
Right.
It
definitely smells a little more natural. Like it doesn't smell like fruity or any fucking.
Yeah, it's definitely not too overpowering.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's yeah. So actually, I don't even know if we talked about it, but because we had Bully on the show and he talked about something he was getting at, and he didn't say too much about it, but that's what it is. And if you would like, you can go to nomotion.ca and you can buy these. I'm not sure, I think they're $25 or something. And it's a diffuser, so you tie it on your mirror, rear view mirror. Or you put it in your closet, or you put it in your fucking sock drawer or something.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
I thought that was just a little fucking cologne bottle.
So it like wicks up into the rope or whatever.
Yeah, like soaks into it.
So whenever you get it, there's a little rubber stopper in it. You take that out, put it on, and this rope's tied underneath there, or like it goes underneath. So the stuff like goes up through it. So it's
I thought it was just like a little sampler bottle with a fancy like rope on it. I got it. Yeah, that's cool.
You put it in your closet, and then your clothes smell like it.
Yeah. But he's selling those right now, and then there's from what I understand, maybe I don't know if I should say anything or if I'm too far ahead of everyone, but I believe there is a package coming that has some actual bottles that will be for sale.
Oh yeah.
I think by the end of June or something. Nice. Yeah, check it out. That's all the information I have for you, I think, as of late. But one thing I want to say though is some very kind words you said, Bisho. And definitely had a fucking blast the whole time you were here.
Absolutely.
Overall, like I said, almost 6 years. And
man.
Fucking you laid the foundation for this biatch.
Well, it wasn't just me, for sure. It was all of us, for sure. And I'll be back. This isn't going to be the last time.
No,
I'm
exactly.
On here,
yeah. Even earlier when you were talking, you said, I forget what you said, but I was like going to say like, well, also too, like you'll be back. Like like,
for sure.
Oh,
man,
also too, I won't tell them what's happening, but I would like to see if you want to come in 2 weeks again. Okay. Actually, like I forgot to tell everyone what's going on. There's a special episode.
Yeah.
That we're doing something different than I don't think we've never done anything like this.
I'm
not sure.
Oh, fuck.
And I forgot all about it until I booked someone the other day on that date, and I went to write their name in. I'm like, actually, I'm really sorry, but I'm like, that date's taken. And whenever I saw the name in there, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, you guys can look forward to that, and maybe if you want, whatever, we'll see. I'll let you know.
See about it.
But so thanks to fucking Bisho for coming out, and also 2 weeks ago we were supposed to do it, and things fell through, and me and Bisho still hung out and went for dinner and stuff, because it had been a while. And so thank you for making time for me and us and everything, and these people.
Absolutely. I definitely miss you guys, man. I miss coming out here, and I fucking, I wish nothing but the best for this platform and podcast. I think it's something special, and there's a lot of potential here, for sure.
Yeah, and
just gotta make it happen.
And while we're here, anyways, and not to make it sound like it's fucking over or anything, but also thanks to fucking Jonesy for always being here and always fucking putting in the time, working hard.
Yeah, man.
And as for you guys, thanks for showing up when you do. I can't see you, so I don't even know if you do. We don't take attendance, but we love when you do show
somewhere
up.
In there,
And I guess look out for everything that's happening next. But 272, which is actually equals 11. That's kind of crazy, and it's a different episode for us. It's gonna be something different than what we've done before. It's probably gonna be similar, but there's a little extra feature that's happening, and we'll let you know. Check out all our Instagrams. What's it again? Your Instagram?
That landscape guy.
Yeah, go check that out, and that's what it is on Facebook too.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, right, go check that out, and give them a follow or a like or however you do it on Facebook, and
thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. gang
Yeah.
shit.
Much love, everyone.
Any motherfucking way, I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos. This is the 4G Audio Podcast, episode 271. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Excited.